All right, all right. What is good, everyone? What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Today we got a great PE live for you guys. A little bit later than I was wanting to do today, but I'm terribly sorry about that. Had to family and adulting. Pretty much what you gotta do. You gotta be an adult. But yeah, we are here. We are back. We are ready to go. I'm excited to talk about more video games, more content, more things, more different stuff to discuss. We got a lot of announcements, a lot of new shows for this week. We got a State of Play that's going down tomorrow at 2 p.m. PT, 2 p.m. PT tomorrow. I'm going to try to stream it. I might have something. I got some stuff that I got to do like at 9 a.m. So, I mean, if I can get back and get everything ready and be ready to go by like 1 p.m. maybe, and then we can get the stream going by like 1 p.m. and then, you know, have our little fun and then, of course, roll right into the actual stream. That'd be great. Hopefully, I'll have everything done 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, it's 4 hours. I doubt it'll take me 4 hours to do everything that I need to do early. So I'm hoping that we actually have everything ready to go for the State of Play in Japan. So we'll see. We'll see if I can. We'll see if I can. Then we also have the Mario movie direct. That's happening on Wednesday, November 12th. So it's a packed next 2 days. We got Mario movie, we got this, and then next week it's already Kirby time. Like, we just got Hyrule Warriors, we just got Pokemon Legends ZA not too long ago, a few weeks ago, and then Kirby time, and then 2 weeks after that it's gonna be Metroid Prime 4 time. Plus we got previews for Metroid Prime 4 this Friday. So a lot of stuff. Shout outs to Justin with the
I shared
3
2 short clips on X of my time practicing in the Air Riders demo. It took a little while to get used to the new feel, but I figured it out and love it.
Yeah, definitely. I want to spend some more time practicing as well myself. I'll definitely have to check that out. I did not see it, Justin, because YouTube or because Twitter sometimes shows you your followers, sometimes doesn't. I mean, I have you followed, and I did. Those did not come across my timeline. Big love to Justin striking that first Ninja Blood. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $3 dono. We got full combo rewards and effects today, boys and girls. So we are 12 combos away from the first 15-minute extension of tonight's stream. Let's go. I'll be taking an extended bathroom break this Wednesday morning at work. And extended, yeah, seriously. I mean, I don't think the direct is going to be that long for Mario. So, I mean, it's at 9 a.m. You know, it's at 6 a.m. PT, 9 a.m. ET. So yeah, a lot of you guys will just be getting to work if you're on the East Coast, or even if you're, you know, Central, depending on where you are. I mean, if you're West Coast, then you'll probably be able to watch it before work if you want to. You know, you don't have to, of course. Shout outs though, guys. Let's get into more shout outs though. Let's get into the actual shout outs for people here in the village. Michelle with the 32 months tuned in tier. Pro Joe with the 22 months. Bang Bang Niner game season over. Absolutely not season over. What the hell? Season over. 3-1 in division. What are they? 6-2 in the 6-2 in the conference, and have 3 losing teams coming up between the Browns, Cardinals, and I think the Panthers. That all are not necessarily incredible teams. What are you talking about? They're gonna be. I mean, they're gonna be 9-4 after the next 3 weeks here. So yeah, Bang Bang never played football gang. More like it. Yeah, season's definitely not over. Absolutely not. 6-4. They're not 2-8. They're 6-4. Justin with another $3 dono.
I sent them to you on X. Also, it will be nice to show that I'm not just all talk in Air Riders.
Shout outs.
Lol.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. I'll definitely check it out. I'll try. I'll find it. I'll find them. Appreciate that. Shout outs. Let's go. I mean, clearly you're joking. I mean, obviously 6-4 with a bunch of losing teams coming up. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course you're not serious. Let's see. Thank you for the 3, Justin. That extends the lead to 6 on the board. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Anybody that's 6 or more, you can beat up my man Justin on the top of the board. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go. Let's see, a tough break for the Niners. Not only getting wrecked by the Rams, the Seahawks pulling away. I mean, they don't have to win the division. I mean, like, winning the division is not the only way to get into the playoffs. There's 4 divisions. So that's 4 division winners. Then there's 3 playoff spots. So, I mean, like, you don't have to win the division to get in. Right now, they're in the 8th spot, but they've got a favorable schedule. So, it's not really tough break or anything, guys. This is a football season. That's how it goes. Like, it's not... A lot of you guys are reactionary. You know what I'm saying? You guys hang on the balance of every single game, whereas I play football, so you're going to win, you're going to lose, but it's the season. You got to take the whole season into consideration. So, you got to play hard. You got to play hard, and you got to finish it out. So, there's still plenty of games to play. It's not like it's the end of the season. And it's all, man, it's over. There's no way. I mean, like, let a whole season play out, and then you can go from there. But that's how a season goes. You're going to have ups. You're going to have downs. You're not going to win every single game. You don't have to win the division. You can not win the division. There's been times where Niners have not won the division, and they still they went to the Super Bowl not winning the division one year. So it's not necessarily important. But obviously you want to, so you can get a higher seed. But with the amount of injuries that they've had this year, just be lucky that they can get in. They're on a backup quarterback. And he's 5-3 or 5-2, something like that. So yeah, he's like 5-2 as a backup. So I mean, like, the Niners are lucky to be in the position that they're in, essentially. So yeah, everybody's saying, "Oh, it's tough," and this, oh, it's fine. It's football. It's football. It's a whole season. Michelle with the $1.49. I appreciate that, Michelle. Let's go. I appreciate it. Let's go. Thank you for the $1.49. No message though. Remember, if you drop a dono, make sure you put your music request in. So yeah, put your music request in. That toad wearing Mario pajamas in the new Mario Galaxy movie poster is too adorable. Yeah. Rosanna voiced by. Okay, yeah, cool. Shout outs. I don't know who the voices are. Let's see here. So I don't know who the voices are overall. And that's fine. Whoever they announce for the voices, that's cool. It's all good. But I'm not into like stalking voice actors and stuff like that, you know. So I didn't like the first Mario movie, so I don't really care about this one. The first needed Mario music as opposed to a bunch of trash pop songs. I mean, it does have Mario music in the first one. I mean, there are some ones where there's not, but there's definitely Mario music in the first movie. I'm not sure if you missed out on it or if you just, I'm not sure if you don't remember it. But there's definitely Mario music, like actual, like traditional Mario, and like remix tracks in the Mario movie. Let's see, how many tickets do you think the movie will sell versus sell through? How many tickets do you think will sell through ship tickets versus sold tickets? We're gonna have people saying, well, they only made $1 billion, and that's not confirmed $1 billion through them. That's only $1 billion that they gross revenue, not completely. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Welcome. Let's see here. Mario movie had way more Mario music than Sonic movie had Sonic music. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I think maybe Flydius needs to watch it again, but there's definitely like a bunch of sound effects and Mario tracks and stuff like that in the movie, from what I remember at least. But I don't know who's watched it multiple times. I know there was definitely some like licensed music in there, which is whatever, like I get that, but it wasn't like it was all licensed music and no like Mario tracks or anything like that. So yeah. Let's see here. Mario Galaxy music is solid. I still have the CDs from the Wii release. Nice. I think that they can do a pretty good job with the Galaxy soundtrack. I think it'd be pretty cool. Psycho Pie with the Ninja Peach.
Yeah, today's my birthday.
Hey.
My favorite streamer is streaming, and my wife's boyfriend got me a $5 Xbox Live Arcade gift card. Can you please play Yoshi Star Galaxy?
Oh man, wife's boyfriend, huh? Yoshi Star Galaxy. Yoshi Star Galaxy. Dude, thank you so much, Psycho Pie, becoming the new stream ninja. Singular biggest dono of the stream. Anybody does 5 or more, they can beat up my man Psycho Pie at the top of the stream ninja board. However, Justin still rules that board with the Hokage with the 6 total. Thank you so much, Mr. Psycho Pie. And we're only 3 combos away, Mr. Psycho Pie, from the 15-minute extension. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's definitely not the case. I don't think so, Flydius. But like I said, we can agree to disagree. I don't think it's overrun or anything like that from what I remember. I remember one pretty prominent licensed track, and the rest of it was kind of just Mario remix type of music, or kind of like, you know, Mario sounding sound effects and music from what I remember. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, somebody in the chat that's seen it multiple times help me out, but I don't remember just like everything just being a bunch of licensed music. I don't remember that. I do not remember that from the movie. But once again, I have it here. Where's it at? Hold up. I have the special edition Mario movie. So maybe I'll watch it again and I'll really pay attention and listen in this time around. What's up, Jeffrey Tucker? Welcome to the stream. Yes, wife's boyfriend. Psychopie has a wife, but then his wife has a boyfriend. So Psychopie's into that type of stuff. There's certain categories that Psychopie likes, you know? Mario movie didn't have Jim Carrey. Did not have Jim Carrey. Did not have Jim Carrey. Wife's boyfriend didn't know Phil Spencer was watching. Oh man, hit him with the Phil Spencer. I watched the Mario movie multiple times and there was a good amount of Mario music in the movie. Yeah, that's what I figured, Party Man. That's what I remember. I do remember, like I said, a few tracks here and there during like some prominent sections, but I don't remember it just being littered like Fladius is trying to say. So I think he's exaggerating a little bit. I think once you hear one or two, you start getting probably upset that it's not more. So I think that's what happened there. And he didn't like the movie just in general, so I think he's just thinking about it in that way. Oh, I don't like the movie, plus the music, the music, there wasn't enough. So I think it's kind of more like that, because I don't recall that being a thing. And once again, but then again, I only watched it once, you know. I think I watched it again, but I wasn't really paying attention because my nephews were watching and running around. So that's why I wanted to ask somebody else that had seen it more, you know. So yeah, I think that's what happened there. Let's see here. There are a few pop songs, but it didn't dominate the movie. Yeah, but the movie's not long, so I also think that could be an issue where Fladius is kind of like, okay, well, it's not a long movie either, so that's what he remembers. He remembers that more so than anything, and he doesn't like it. So usually when you don't like something, you're gonna more tend to focus on what you don't like and then blow that up bigger than what it maybe actually is. I don't know if you don't really count peaches. I mean, that's not licensed, but that's the song that I remember the most, and that's an original song. You know, that's obviously not licensed. That's an original song from the movie, but yeah. Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Oh my gosh. Why do people on X think Silent Hill F can't come to Switch or older consoles? Sonic Crossworlds and other games have. They think so because the game runs like at 360p upscaled on PS5. So they think because of bad optimization, that means that it's going to be badly optimized to the point to where it can't run on anything else. That's why they think that. There's a packed there a packed ton of Mario motif in the music. Way more than the Sonic movie? Okay, yeah, in the movie. Okay, yeah, Mario music. That's what I thought. That's what I remember. So yeah, I remember it being packed full like little Mario motifs and little sounds and little things here and there. But once again, not everybody feels the same way, I guess, right? That's okay too. But I'll watch it again. I have, like I said, I found this because I moved in 2023. I moved, so I forgot where I put this, and it was inside like a lunch pail that I had, like an old lunch pail from like back in the day. It was inside there, and I was like, oh cool. Like when I put it in storage, I had no idea where I put it, and then we were cleaning out my garage and we recently found it, so I was like, sweet, I got this. I can watch an old school 4K Ultra Blu-ray digital code and collectible 10-star premium stand. So there we go, you know. Oh, getting to know the cast, leveling up, making the Mario Bros. Movie, Super Mario Bros. Movie field guide, Peach's lyric video, leadership lessons from Anya Taylor-Joy. Wow, I didn't know it has all that extra stuff, so maybe I'll have to crack this open and actually watch it. Watch the extra bonus stuff. Maybe I'll take some time, a couple hours, and watch all of it. Let's see here. Hey, OJ, you gonna check out the Lumines Arise out tomorrow? Reason it's been one of my most wanted releases of the year. Nah, probably not. No time, man. No time for that one, Jay Loomis. Of course you remember Peaches. Well, yeah, everybody remembers that song. Like, everybody remembers that song. And then at, what's it called? At Nintendo Live in 2023, there was like a live, not like a actually live performance, but there was like a segment, like in one section of Nintendo's big old booth that they have, like all these different sections that you can like hang it out. It was like a peaches, 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 peaches. It was like the whole thing, the whole, you know, and everyone was like standing around and like laughing and clapping. It was great. You know, it was so cool. Open it on stream. Yeah, I'm not gonna open it now, but maybe I'll open it some other time. My kids and I watched the Mario, just watched the Mario movie today. Nice. How'd you like it or not like it? Man's gonna analyze Peach VA. I'm not gonna do that. That's Party Man. Party Man's gonna analyze the Peach VA. That's not gonna be me, dude. Oh my gosh, that's not gonna be me. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was, just like a short popcorn flick, just Mario thing. That's how I felt. I went and saw it in the movie theater. So I went and saw it in the movie theater. I thought it was fun. I thought it was like the Mario Kart section was like my favorite part of the movie. Mario Kart and the Donkey Kong. The Donkey Kong fight and the Mario Kart parts were like the two best parts of the movie in my opinion. So I really enjoyed that. Let's see here. Kirby's Dream Buffet OST added. Hey, there you go, Justin. Justin with another 3 coming in. Dream Buffet. Yo, Justin with the 3.
Can I get some air ride music? I'm going through air riders withdrawal. Lol.
Kirby Air Riders music. All right, I got you, man. I got you. Let's go. Let's go. Well, we're gonna get some air riders. We got air. Some people have already ripped some of the menu music, so we can get the air riders going on right now. Justin with the 3, getting us the 15 on the combo board, 9 overall, and also Kinesis with the $2 and says, "Hi y'all, song request Jungle Cage from PSO." All right, I got you next. Big love to Justin. Now with 9 on the board overall. Let's go, man. Appreciate that. That gets us to 17 with Kinesis coming through. You guys are already comboing it up. Let's go. Overclocks locked in, dialed in, ready to go for that 15-minute extension tonight.
Overclock Buster!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout outs. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Thank you for the 2. Thank you for the 5 from Justin. Justin on him with 9 total. Anybody does 9 or more, you get up, man. Justin on top of the board. Hey, yo. There are rumors that Sony's dropping the PS5 price only in Japan and only a digital version to try to compete with Nintendo. Well, the rumor is that it's going to be a region-locked Japanese PS5 to drop it down to about $330 or so. Yes, to try to compete with Nintendo in there. And I think that will help boost things a bit. Yeah, you get a nice little price drop. But yeah, they're getting absolutely dominated right now. And so they had to do something. I think this is essentially like a damage control to try to cut the momentum of the Nintendo Switch 2 in Japan by saying, hey, we got this system, you know, we got this thing, that PS5, and there's the PS Portal, and now you can get the PS5 and PS Portal and get a similar type of experience. And all that. So absolutely, because they're, like I said, they're getting absolutely shellacked. The Switch 2 already has, I think about 20 to 30% of the install base of the PS5 already, and it's only been out for a few months, right? So yeah, this is Sony's way to try to stop the bleeding. But we'll see how it does. I think that there's definitely going to be increase in sales, but it's going to be hard to keep up with Nintendo in Japan. It's going to be hard just because Nintendo still has like Pokemon and Zelda and Mario and all that, you know. So yeah. Let's see here. White people actually hated the Mario movie. Some people do, Florida man. Some people didn't like it at all. Some people liked it. I mean, a lot of people liked it. There's a number of people who didn't like it. Yo, Lennon, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? And movies are good, all right? Just entertaining, good for a kids' family movie? Yeah, exactly. It's a good kids' family movie. What's up, House King? Been quiet about it for a reason. You didn't see me so much. I was dealing with the loss of my grandmother. Still tuning in streams, so stay positive. Hey, sorry to hear about that, man. I've also lost my grandmother. It's very difficult, so I'm sorry to hear about that, House King. Welcome, though, man. Definitely feel free to ask questions, and I'm, once again, rest in peace to your grandma, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. Can't wait for the commentary about how Sony has been ripping off the world because a cheaper version of the PS5 exists in Japan. Ripping off the world. Oh yeah, seriously. That was one of the things that one guy, when I did that debate, he was trying to argue that, well, the only reason why it's doing good because there's a cheaper version, which is silly. So yeah, let's see if the PS5 gets that same criticism. I doubt it though, considering they raised the price here in the US. So I doubt there'll be all these people complaining and angry about that one. I doubt it. But then again, it wasn't anybody too intelligent that was complaining about that anyway, so. Japan's economy is different. Japan's value is different. The median salaries in Japan are different. When you're looking at pricing in some countries compared to others, you can't take it as a one-for-one thing because people in different countries, there's different prices for things, there's different salaries for things, there's different economy for things. The value of the dollar compared is very different from the value of the yen, which is low now. So it's like, you can't really make it a one-to-one comparison. So people that do that or make that argument and get all butthurt about it have no idea about economics. You know, they just say, well, it's cheaper, so it's cheaper, and why don't we get that? They just say that, and they don't look at everything else, you know, because once again, they don't care and they don't true to actually, like, you know, they don't want to care, to be honest. They don't care about tariffs. They don't care about nothing. They just care about what they want. So those people aren't even worth, like I said, entertaining anymore, to be honest. So they can't keep themselves from copying Nintendo. I mean, they had to copy them in this case because they, like I said, they were getting shellacked in Japan. So they had to do something, stop the bleeding, or at least try to stop the bleeding. Let's see, why Sony now worried about the Switch in Japan? Is it because they're scared of third parties jumping ship? I think what caused this was Capcom. I think Capcom pushed them for this because Capcom complained about the price being too high in Japan for the PS5, and that's the reason why, you know, games like Monster Hunter aren't selling better, is because the PS5 is too expensive, and of course it's not on Switch 2. So the Capcom was complaining. So I'm pretty sure this was almost in direct response to Capcom and the PS5 sales tanking in Japan / barely selling. I mean, not tanking, not Timmy the Tank, but definitely not good. And the Switch 2 just, like I said, just blowing it out of the water. Even like when they're, you know, they can't ship enough units out there, it's just absolutely destroying the PS5. So I think it's the response to those two things, you know, Switch 2 coming out doing really good, and Capcom coming out and saying the system's too expensive. Let's see here. Why is PS even making region-locked versions? Switch 2 sales are shipped, not sold. Why would you need to stop the bleeding? There's no bleeding. I know, seriously. Thanks, LJ. Streams have been great source of entertainment for me, but don't you dare stop clowning me on Mara and when the chance comes, though. All right, I got you. I'll still treat you the same way, House King. OJ, enjoyed your Expedition 33, reviving the JRPG genre, and let's see, Trails in the Sky spot. Hey, thank you so much, Stanley. I appreciate that. Yo, what's up, Egomaniac? Welcome. Capcom has been cozying up with Switch 2 with Resident Evil. I mean, yeah, PlayStation's still the main platform for, you know, for Capcom's games. But I mean, obviously Capcom has to look at it, you know, in all different types of ways. They have to say, okay, well, hold up, this Switch 2 thing looks like it's going to probably blow up considering the Switch 1 did. So we don't want to get caught with our pants down like we did with Switch 1. So Resident Evil, Capcom, they made sure to come to play this time around. Having a day-and-date version of Resident Evil is pretty good. That's not bad, because, like, Switch 1 never got day-and-date anything with Resident Evil. There was no such thing as day-and-date. There's no such thing as day-and-date with Capcom AAA games on Switch 1. I can't think of a single one on... And I could think of, like, AA games and smaller titles, classic games, but, like, AAA stuff, it's either it didn't come over at all, or and if it did, it was never day-and-date. So the fact that we're already getting a major AAA game that was announced beforehand, I think Resident Evil was announced, was it this year? Early this year? It was announced. But either way, whatever it was, the fact that we're getting that day-to-day, that's pretty good. Hopefully the version holds up over the full experience, you know? Hopefully it's a good full experience overall. Hello, OJ. The Last Remnant is $8 on the eShop. The game plays at 60 FPS on Switch to another one for my backlog. That's actually pretty good, and playing it at 60 FPS is great. Yeah, I might want to pick up that one. Another one for the backlog, guys. Hasn't Japan always preferred handheld, though? They have. But, I mean, it's like, once again, it's like they're getting shellacked. Like, they're getting absolutely dominated. And the difference with handheld back in the day is that handheld back in the day, you didn't get experiences like Resident Evil Requiem or like a Monster Hunter, that big of a Monster Hunter game. Now that Nintendo has a hybrid that can play console-level quality games, and a lot of games that are going to be on PS4, PS5 are going to be on Switch, it's not a direct competition with them getting their royalty. Remember, if people in Japan buy Resident Evil on the Switch 2 instead of on the PlayStation 5, Sony does not get their 30% royalty. So there's still competition within even the third-party games. Back in the day or before, Nintendo never got those games, or it would come way later, so Sony never felt threatened because it was like, oh, okay, no big deal. Like, we still get our big games, we still get our stuff, and we still get our 30% from all these third parties. However, with the Switch 2, Legend of Heroes, remember, used to go all to Sony. It used to just be, they get every single Legend of Heroes, all the 30%, they get all the different Japanese games, they all went to Sony. Now there's been a shift. All the AA games, it's not just Vita or PS3 or, you know, PS4 or PS5. Now we have the Switch that kind of came in and got some of that revenue. And then, of course, now we have the Switch 2. Or even like Atelier. Atelier used to get all the, you know, Japanese royalty 30% from Atelier, and now Atelier is getting more balanced where more people are buying it, or it's kind of balancing out where more people are getting it on Switch. So now Sony's losing out on that money. Now, is Sony still making money hands over fist? Of course they are. They're still making plenty of money with their microtransactions and all their different transactions of third-party games. They still have way more third-party support than Nintendo does, but it is cutting into those into that revenue. And it is threatening to potentially even take it over based on how the sales are for the Switch 2 right now, you know, in Japan. So I can see it as it's a good strategy for Sony. Honestly, do you think Nintendo acquires any big name studio wise? I mean, depends on what you think is a big name. I don't think it's going to be anything like Koei Tecmo or something like that, or Bandai Namco. If they do acquire somebody, it's going to be somebody smaller, like a Intelligent Systems, or it's going to be like a Grezzo or something like that. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Sweet Tea? Welcome. I'm 15 plus hours into Age of Imprisonment. This game's so addictive. Yes, it's very good. I finally finished Pokemon Legends ZA. I started writing out some initial thoughts for a review, so hopefully I have that out this week. But I finished Pokemon Legends ZA, and I really like it. And I like the game. My final score, though, I'm not sure. I'm kind of teetering, but I think I know what my final score is going to be. But yeah, I really enjoy Pokemon Legends ZA. That was a banger of an ending. Very, very good ending sequence. Very good ending. I like it a lot. I do like it. And I'll have something out for you guys. But I finally finished it. But there's post-game content too. But I'm not going to do all the post-game content before I get into before I do my review. I'll just do my review at this point and say, yeah, there's post-game content. There's a lot of good post-game content. Because I did some of it. And I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good stuff. So yeah. Awesome stuff, though. Awesome stuff. Very happy with that. So I can finally get into Age of Imprisonment now. I can finally kind of dive in. I'll probably start diving in tomorrow at some point, or maybe even tonight. I'll probably start playing some more tonight, record some more footage. So yeah. I doubt Sony can stop the shift of third-party Japanese companies to Nintendo. There's just no way. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be able to either, but I think they're just trying to do something. I think they're just trying to do something to where it's not like a super landslide. I mean, it's going to be a landslide, but not like it's just like a super, you know, massive, never before seen landslide. Which, I mean, to be real, the Switch 1 was kind of that, but, you know, they don't want it 2 gens in a row. Now that Nintendo actually has a platform that's powerful enough for these third-party games. So I think that's the threat here. The threat is that with the Switch 1, their big AAA revenue was never threatened in Japan. They still got all that. But with the Switch 2, their AAA revenue is now in jeopardy. So I think that's the reason why Sony's moving down, is because their AAA revenue is in jeopardy, you know? It's notable when Switch 1 and Switch 2 versions of third-party games are doing well in Japan, and PS5 appears to be the only SKU Sony can rely on at this point. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but they relied on PS4 for a while, but PS4 has kind of run its case, you know? So yeah. Hey, thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely an interesting ending. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it's definitely, you know, if you've played Pokemon X and Y, and of course, I mean, if you understand the story and everything, it's definitely interesting. I'll say that. Definitely interesting. I can say definitely a million times. I just don't want to give it away or anything, but yeah, it's great. Pokemon Legends ZA is fantastic. It's fantastic game. Justin with the $3.
I put 10 hours into the Air Riders demo. I think I like it a little. Also, I love the ZA ending. Yeah, it was very fun. I pretty much did most of the side quests before I finished it. That's why it took me so long. I put 60 hours into the game. So I also just did like random run around the city, get, you know, the mega shards so I can get a bunch of, you know, mega stones. And I did a lot of stuff. I collected, I 100%ed pretty much all the wild areas before I beat the game. So that's why it took me longer, because I pretty much did everything. There's like one side quest that I couldn't do because I couldn't freaking find an alpha Go-Goat or an alpha Skiddo to evolve it into a Go-Goat. So I have to wait till I can find that in Wild Zone 3. But outside of that, I did pretty much every single side quest in the game before I beat the game. Like, I made sure all the little blue exclamation marks were all cleared out. I got all the crowns on every single Wild Zone before I beat the game. So it took me a little bit longer. That took me about 60 hours. If you don't do all that, you can beat it way quicker. But I did all of that. Shout out to Justin with another $3 dono. That gets us to 12 on the board. Hey, yo, let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Justin. Anybody who does 12 or more
You could tie up Justin or pass him up, get a JoJo on there as well. 20 on the board. We are 10 combos away from, of course, that next 30-minute extension on the stream. Thank you guys so much for your support today. I appreciate it. In my opinion, I feel Switch 2 might have the biggest third-party support of all Nintendo consoles. The amount of games coming out is wild. Switch 2 already has a handful of buttery smooth games. Yeah, I think it's going to be the best that we've seen for a Nintendo platform for sure. I mean, I think that's something that's already on the way to happening. Yeah, absolutely. Switch 2 is dominating and can run third-party games really well. Not surprised Sony is feeling a little threatened. Oh yeah, what's threatened, Misfit, is their revenue. Like, once again, I think the Capcom, I think here's the two things that spooked Capcom. Here's the events that I think led into this. One, Monster Hunter Wilds. The revenue from there in Japan dropped like a bad habit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just fell out of nowhere. So that's the one problem. Capcom complaining about the price of the PS5. Switch 2 coming out. Those three things have spooked Sony. I don't care what anybody says. Those three things have truly spooked them because, once again, it's one thing to be able to, you know, have a system and it's like, okay, yeah, that other system is doing well, but we still have Resident Evil, we still have, you know, Monster Hunter that's selling like crazy, we still have all this, and we can make our millions of dollars in revenue. Of course, in the US, like Western areas, we're gonna get all that, but in Japan, we don't even really have to have a large operation. We don't have to spend any money in Japan because we default get everything and there's no real competition. I think that, one, the price, two, Capcom saying that with Capcom messing up with Monster Hunter Wilds, and the Switch 2 coming out threatening third-party revenue absolutely spooked Sony. Absolutely spooked them to where they're like, okay, we have to do something here. We have to make some adjustments because otherwise it's going to completely default to Nintendo. I mean, even if you're looking at Dragon Quest, right? Dragon Quest came out, and while it did good on PS5, Nintendo made significantly more revenue on Dragon Quest. And I'm guessing that the next Dragon Quest game that comes out, it's going to make significantly more revenue on Nintendo Switch 2 this time around. Whereas with the PS4, Switch 1 wasn't ready when Dragon Quest 12 came out. It came out on 3DS and PS4. It sold over 1 million copies, I think, on PS4. Or it sold really well on PS4. So Sony got all their money, and then 2 years later, the Switch 2 or the Switch 1 version of Dragon Quest 11S came out, but Sony was already good by then. They had already sold millions upon millions of copies of Dragon Quest. But the difference now is that, wait a minute, we don't have to wait per se. Now from the very beginning, from the drop, a lot of these AAA third-party games are going to be there, and that's going to be millions in revenue. Remember, they get a 30% cut of the game's sale. That's a nice cut. You times that over, you know, 100,000 copies, 200,000, 300,000 copies in Japan, that becomes a lot of money. That becomes millions of dollars of extra revenue that you're losing out now that you have to share with Nintendo, when before you didn't have to share it. You didn't have to share that. I mean, you had to share Dragon Quest, but when it comes to the console version of Dragon Quest, like with the graphics and all that, you didn't have to share that. You didn't have to share a lot of games in the past. You know, Resident Evil, you didn't have to share Resident Evil. Now you're going to have to share Resident Evil revenue at launch with Switch 2, you know, so that's definitely a situation for Sony, you know. So yeah. Furukawa said it himself, the first party output won't be as good as Switch 1 due to the dev costs, the scope, so they'll lock a lot of third party games to compensate. I mean, he didn't necessarily say it like that. He just said that it takes them a little bit longer to make the games. So he didn't say like the output's not going to be as good or there's not going to be as many games. He didn't say that. That's what people infer, or that's what people assumed from that. But I think they're going to have just as much, if not more, games. They're going to lock down other third-party developers to help them make games like Pokemon Pocopia, things like that. So I think that they're going to compensate in other types of ways. I know you said lock down third-party games like multiplat. That's what I think that you're thinking. But I think they're actually going to license out and do other things. So, okay, well, they can't make a new Star Fox or whatever, but they're going to get somebody else to do it. So I think they're still going to have almost as many games as they did with Switch 1, in my opinion. But I just think they're going to have to try to get it in different types of ways. I have no idea what they're going to show at this state of play. I have no idea. I don't know what they're going to show. I mean, it's supposedly Japanese games. So all Japanese, it's going to be 40 plus minutes of all Japanese developers. So I mean, expect, you know, maybe Square Enix, expect Bandai Namco, expect Japanese games, you know, most of them probably being multi-plat, but I mean, there might be some surprises here or there. So yeah. Star Fox made by Hello Games. That'd be interesting. What's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome to the stream. Thank you, I appreciate you. The Switch 2 version of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 sold nearly as much already as the PS5 version, which is wild. Yeah, the Switch 2 version actually sold right up there. And if you count digital sales, I don't know. I think the Switch 2 version might have actually done a little bit better. All things dependent on that. So, or right there equal with it if you count the Japanese sales, because I don't think Dragon Quest 1 and 2 was I don't know how high it was in the Japanese charts, but I know that worldwide and all that, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 was good on the US charts. I think it's number 4 or number 5. I don't think it got that high on Sony's charts. Let me double check though. I can see that. That's why I can check it right now for you guys, just so I can make sure I'm not putting out misinformation overall. So let me double check. It is number 7 right now. It's number 7. So yeah, it's doing good. It's doing good overall. So yeah. We need the new Bleach anime game on Switch 2 Gauntlet Dark Legacy port. We actually don't need the new Bleach anime fighting game. Like, that game, nobody played it. Like, nobody's playing it. That game was a flop. I think that game flopped harder than freaking an Alpha Magikarp on a Pokemon Legends ZA. I don't think we actually need that. Nobody's talking about that game anymore. Justin with the $3 dono.
Did the clips get delivered? I'm excited to show a clip of me being alright at a game for once.
Okay.
Lol.
Yeah, where did you put the clips at? Did you send them to me? Justin, thank you for another $3 dono. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Did you send it on Twitter? I'm guessing you sent it on Twitter. Let's see here. I like it. I mean, I bet that you do, but I actually don't think we need that Bleach game. That game, literally nobody bought it. I mean, I bought the game, but I haven't even played it yet. Shout outs to Justin, 15 on the board, combo breaks. I appreciate that. Let's go. 7 combos away from an extension. Let's go, boys and girls. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just I don't think anybody cares about that game. So yeah, man. All right, here we go. We got some clips. We got some clips here. You know somebody's good. They're using the hamster. Using the hamster. 100. 100. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, with the okie doke. Okay. Okay, with the 100 clip. Going down, then back up. Now we got some city trial. City trial is so hectic. Ooh, we out. I'm just going to be doing the races a lot. City trial I might do when everybody plays, but for me, the racing is just fun. I like the racing and the boosting. That to me is the most fun part of the game. Is the racing and the boosting. I like the boost mechanic. The boost mechanic feels really fun to play through. It feels really fun and it feels great for me, at least. So yeah. Shout outs, man. Good clips, Justin. You were out there, bro. You were out there for sure. You're out there for sure. Hey, what's up, Shot X? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Sony's gonna be even more spooked if they ever get Monster Hunter Wilds running on Switch 2. I don't think they really need Monster Hunter Wilds running on Switch 2. I think at this point, a brand new Monster Hunter built for the ground up for the Switch 2 would probably be more beneficial. That takes more cues from Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter 4 and games like that over Monster Hunter Wilds, because I think a lot of the fans have checked out with Monster Hunter Wilds. Like they've checked out. They don't want to play it anymore. Capcom's plan is not working. Their content plan is not working with that game. So I'd actually think at this point, it'd be better if there was just an original game that they've been working on for the system and it comes out maybe like next year or so. Phantom Zero, Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil or FF7 remake, Part 3, Astrobot DLC, PS5 Japan only price, Kingdom Hearts 4, Pragmata Monster of the Worlds DLC, Pragmata. Yeah, I could see all that being there. Yeah. Get some more insight on Adventures of Elliot at Sony State of Play. I mean, there could be. But the demo, I mean, maybe they talk about the demo because the demo was only on Nintendo Switch 2, so yeah. Damn, I want Dragon Quest on Switch 2 also, 1 terabyte, and I'm ready. I'm already short on space. So many games releasing. Yeah, just delete the games that you're not playing anymore. You don't have to carry every single game ever on your system. State of Play has curated games for Japan and Asia, so it's expected a lot of Chinese games rather than Japanese games. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some, but I mean, I don't know what the split's gonna be, Elias. The Bleach game is a flop because there's no DLC packs, which is a lifeblood for those games. Yeah, it's a flop. I don't think anybody bought it. They had terrible marketing for the game too. The marketing for the game didn't hype it up enough. It wasn't really, so yeah. See, Air Riders was actually crazy, but sometimes I feel a slug compared to other riders that need more practice. Yeah, you gotta practice. You gotta practice the boosting mechanic. You gotta practice, otherwise you feel slow in the game. You gotta practice also getting behind people so you can get the star bits or the stars. The stars make you go faster. Let's see here. I want to see Monster Hunter Rise teams cooking for Switch 2. Ooh, that'd be good. Conflicted on Air Riders, it was so chaotic. I don't feel in control as I want. You don't know. Well, that's the city ride mode or the city trial mode. Did you play the regular offline mode? If you play that, then you'll be okay. And once again, practice. A lot of you guys are just going based off like you play it once or twice. Like, I don't feel in control. You gotta practice. You gotta practice to get good. That's what I did. I practiced in like the single player. I practiced in just like I did the lessons. Do the lessons. Once you do all those, master that, and then get into the offline races, and then go from there. Just do the offline and just play that. If you do that, then you'll be fine. But a lot of you guys didn't even do the lessons, didn't even practice, and just went right in thinking that you're gonna be able to be good, and like you're not. You're trash. You're garbage at it. So yeah. Now Nintendo will secure a Monster Hunter exclusivity. We'll see. Monster Hunter exclusivity? No, they're not gonna.
That second clip of City Trial was showing that the controls just take practice.
Exactly, the controls take practice, 100%. You can go super fast. It just takes practice drifting and boosting and kind of just playing the game. It's not gonna be a game that you're just gonna be able to pick up and all of a sudden you're good at the game, which most people expect for kart races. You just expect to pick it up and just be good. That's not Kirby Air Ride. It's a very different type of game. Which is why people were trying to say it's not like Mario Kart. It's not like Sonic Racing. It's a very different style of game, But it might not be for you, though. It just might not be for you, So yeah. Let's see here. I hope we see more Korean games in State of Play. I love Asia. Was known for good games. Then Gotcha Slop. It's probably going to be more Gotcha Slop. I mean, don't expect a ton of different stuff. Shout out to Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono. 26. Justin running it today. Running riot from Justin. 18 on the board. Thank you so much. 26 on the combo board. 4 combos away from a 30-minute extension. Let's go. Let's see here. We need an actual Kingdom Hearts game on Switch 2, not cloud. Yeah, I don't think they're going to announce anything here, obviously, but we'll see about next year. We'll see about that. You talk about practice? I think you should be able to do the stuff that's offline. Yeah, I think you can still do all the offline stuff. So you should be able to practice and do the lessons and do other stuff right now. You should. I don't know though. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It's almost like an action racing game, Twisted Metal, but Kirby or something, pretty much. At times. It's kind of just weird. It's just kind of like a really weird game. But Kingdom Hearts is so mid. Listen, I'm not a huge Kingdom Hearts fan myself, but people really like Kingdom Hearts, so I'd rather have it on the system than not have it on the system. But yeah, people really like Kingdom Hearts a lot. So yeah. Hey, what's up, V? Welcome. Okay, you can do the lessons. Nice. You can do the lessons. Let's go. There you go. So get the practice in. Monolith Soft Ninja, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I'm thinking about doing a new Monolith Soft video for tomorrow, but then I'm also thinking about doing the top 10 So I'll probably, I don't know, I think I might map out my top 10 tonight and then get that video, get cracking on that video for tomorrow. I might do that. V, you are always the GOAT when it comes to support. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. When it comes to long term, at least, you've been here so long. That's why I hate creators and other keep trying to diminish the uniqueness of Kirby Air Riders. I mean, you don't have to like it, you know, but I get it. You know, I get why some people might not. They don't want to try it out. There's obviously a ton of other games that are coming out. But for me, I want to play it. I want to support Sakurai. And I want to play the game. I want to try to see if I can get good. And I think I like the racing. I like the racing a lot. It's super fast. The racing's very fun. I think a lot of people are just basing their opinion off of City Trial. They just did City Trial once. They said, I don't like it. City Trial is just one mode. They have a single player mode that's not City Trial. They have offline racing mode. They have online racing. You can do the paddock where you can do mini games. Like you can do, it's not just City Trial. City Trial is just one aspect of it. So I think that's the thing. Some people are thinking like that's the main thing that you're going to be doing every time. No, not really. You can do just the regular online 6-player online races. You can do the single player air ride or the road trip mode. So there's other things in the game. That's why they have achievements for like all sorts of stuff, not just City Trial. It's not like it's, oh, City Trial, you got to play that. There's a bunch of other stuff in the game too. So I'm not in love with City Trial right now, but I want to play like the regular races. Like if you play that, you're like, oh wow, this is cool, you know. Or if you, and I'm pretty sure the road trip mode is going to be fun as well. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Bead Queen? Welcome to the stream, young lady. Good to see you here as well. Big love to Bead Queen. OJ, you getting Resident Evil 9 for Switch 2? Yeah, I already have the Generation Pack pre-ordered on Amazon. So yeah, I'll be getting 7, 8, and 9 on Switch 2. All game key cards. Game key card crew, rise up. So yeah, people will just continue to use Sonic Crossroads and Kirby Air Riders to crap on Mario Kart World. Well, at this point, it doesn't really matter. Mario Kart World sold like 9 million units, almost 10 million, so I don't think it really matters. They can do whatever they want. Let's see here. Player, did you hear anything about the new Monolith soft game? I have not heard anything yet, but I'm going to check my sources. I'm going to check around to see if I can get some information for a video. I'm trying to scrap together something of what they could be doing. So yeah, I haven't heard anything yet, man. I haven't heard anything yet, but I'll try, guys. I'm going to check around. I'm going to check. Let's see here. Since Kirby's getting story mode, I hope next Smash gets one like Smash on Wii. Kid Icarus Remaster comes to Switch 2. The perfect Sakurai platform. I mean, I would like a new Kid Icarus game. I mean, it would be great, of course, if Kid Icarus Uprising came over. But I mean, if they could make a new game, that would be dope. I would love to just see like a brand new Kid Icarus game built for Switch 2. I think that would be awesome. But yeah, I mean, Uprising would be cool if they can get that ported over too. I've already played Uprising, but Uprising would be great to play again. But I've already played and beat it. So yeah, getting a brand new Kid Icarus game would be so awesome. But once again, they might not want to pay for that. Speaking of Monolith, I'm just finished up Xenoblade X now. The game and the world's absolutely insane, beautiful. Whenever they make the next on Switch 2 is gonna be crazy. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they make next. It's gonna be good, Derek. That's why Smash felt so good. Bite-sized version of the City Trial was at the time. Definitely takes more runs to fully grasp it. One and done. Yeah. I think a lot of people just played it once or twice. Didn't know what the hell was going on. Too crazy. They didn't play like a lot of people didn't even know. Like I know Obi-Wan plays. He's like, I just wanted to race. I didn't want to do City Trial. I'm like, oh yeah, there are races. He's like, I didn't see it. And I'm like, dude, it's right there. It's right there on the demo. Like, it's right there. It's just, it says offline. Like you can just do regular races. I mean, you can just against the CPU. But like Sakurai did. Like when Sakurai played that one water level, it's the same thing. You can do the exact same thing in the demo. Once again, there's like the single player mode too. So City Trial, it's like it's like a main multiplayer mode. But it's not like the only thing that you can do in the game. It's just one aspect of it, you know? Let's see here. I would love to, since Sakurai's working on Smash next, I doubt we would see one from him in the next 5 years. Yeah, I doubt there'd be anything soon. So yeah. Ending of Edge of Prism is good. One of the best games of the year, for sure. I'm still far away from that. So yeah.
City
Just with the 3.
Something you need to play more than one time to understand it. Once you do, you will like it the most, trust me.
Okay. I'll see how the single player mode is though. But yeah, definitely I think the problem with City Trial is that a lot of people feel like you play it for however long, 5 minutes, right? Or however long, but then you get to the end and then like it takes you like 2 seconds, like some of the mini games are like 2 seconds and then you're out. So all of that upgrading, all of that stuff that you built up, everything that you did, and then you play a mini game at the end for whatever, for like I said, 2 seconds, or sometimes it can be very quick, and then it's done, and then you have to do it all over again. So I think that once the full release comes out, and maybe you can do more than just one mini game at the end, I think that'll definitely help with City Trial, because that's the problem. I think some people are like, okay, well, yeah, we did all that just for one quick mini game at the end. Like, there needs to be a bit more, like, or stacked together more than just one mini game at the end of the City Trial, you know? So I think that's it right there. Let's see here. Man, I'm ready for the reveals for the new Smash. Hype is unmatched. Let's not talk about the new Smash right now. And even though I already talked about it, let's not talk about it too much. Oh man, the Smash cycle is, get ready for the most annoying people. Smash cycle is good, but then it's also like the worst time period. Like, to me, launching a new system is always the worst time period whenever you launch a new system and whenever a new freaking Smash game comes out. Launch of a new Nintendo system, launch of a new Smash Brothers game, launch of a new Pokemon game. Those are always the 3 worst times ever in the history of Nintendo, are Pokemon franchise, Smash Brothers franchise, and the system itself. Because get ready, it is going to be toxic, man. It is going to be so toxic. It's going to be great, but then also toxic. Yes, I think that the Xenoblade games can get Switch 2 patches. That's possible. Check out my video, Caleb. I did a video on it not too long ago. Just look up Xenoblade updates, and I talk about it more in depth there, Caleb, in my vid. But yeah, I think it's possible for sure. Yes, the Smash cycle is always insane, man. The arcs are always crazy. It's always like wild, you know? So yeah. I guess some people don't know about the races because how much City Charles emphasized. City Charles is what Air Ride fans look forward to the most. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Justin with another 3.
Also, Team City Trial, and being able to change the time limit to 3 to 7 minutes will help.
Yeah, so making it shorter, right? So making it shorter, and of course the full release, maybe doing more than one mini game afterwards, right? So I think those things will definitely help out overall. Shout outs to Justin. Justin is, like I said, running this right now, man. 32 on the board, 21 total. Shout outs to Justin. Anybody that's 21 or more, you can beat out Justin on the Hokage board and get us to the 45-minute extension, because we just hit the combo break, overclock, and another one. 30 minutes. Let's go.
Overclock Buster!
Shout outs, guys. I appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you for the 32 on the combo board. Justin slinging right now. Let's go. Yo, what's up, Geek the Sneak? Welcome. Discussion for the character discussion for Smash is always an epic anime arc. Let's go. Prepare for the most annoying Smash fans who barely play the game. Beg for third-party characters. Oh man, you know, yeah, I think that's a thing. But I don't know if some of you guys caught my video today. But I wanted to talk about that too, like the Clare Obscure Expedition 33 situation that's going on. I don't know if you guys know about that, but like there seems to be an argument. There seems to be a controversy with Clare Obscure Expedition 33 fans. You know, I'm getting my video downloaded a little bit, but I don't care. I think it's a good video. But where I talked about the situation there, where a lot of Clare Obscure fans are acting like the game saved the JRPG genre or something, or the turn-based genre, and it didn't. I won't waste my time making a video on it. Next time I'll just talk about it in a live stream, because people aren't watching it that much anyway. But yeah, I talked about that in my video. I thought that was funny. I think that sometimes these fans can be just as somewhat toxic as Smash fans at times. Geek the Sneak, thank you for the Tune-In Tier pledge. Welcome back to the Tune-In Tier squad. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. Let's go. Getting some more Elite Ninjas would be awesome. Appreciate that, guys. Exclamation mark, all lowercase, exclamation mark, member, all lowercase. So yeah. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate that. Let's see here. So yeah. Nintendo Fanboy says, I like Expedition 33. I actually said the exact opposite at the beginning of my video. I like it a lot. You know, I think it's a good game. So yeah. Honestly, it'll be fun to predict what Smash character will. I might do a series where I do that. Big love though. Thank you, Geek the Sneak. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you for that support. I really appreciate it. Yeah, like it's great. It took a lot of influence from other places, you know, and things like that. It took a lot, but I mean, it's still really good. Well, it's still really good. Let me guess, the Perry game fans. I think the people that like Clare Obscure Expedition 33 like and think it's like greatest. It's like better than like, and it revived the whole industry and turn-based games. There are people that don't actually like RPGs. I think that they're drawn to the game because they probably just put it on easy. Let's just be real. They probably just put it on easy. They probably didn't even beat all the stuff in the game. They probably just put it on easy and played through the game, and the story's really good. I think Clare Obscure would have been a good game. It didn't even have to be a turn-based RPG. It could have been an action RPG. It could have been anything. It could have been a lot of different things. And I think the story and the characters and the world and all of that kind of really hard carry the game. Now, don't get me wrong, the combat system is great, but if you compare it to Metaphor, you compare it to, you know, Fire Emblem, you compare it to, you know, even Pokemon, you compare it to a lot of other RPGs out there, it just doesn't have the ceiling. Like, it has a really broken Picto system that you can do that's meant to be broken, but it's really like basic in terms of how you do it. It's like, hey, we're gonna just modify a bunch of things that you can just do with this thing. But it's not like there's like a ton of classes and a ton of different, you know, options and customization with that overall. So I think that's kind of what's going on right now too, you know, with that. It's all good. Thank you so much, Geek the Sneak. Thanks for coming out tonight, man. I appreciate it. 33 on the board. What is that? 12 combos away from the 45-minute extension. Let's go. Pretty sure 80% of people that played Expedition 33 haven't played a JRPG released in the past decade or haven't liked one in a while, right? I think that's also it too. I think that a lot of people who are doing that, they probably don't like a lot of them as well. So there's also that. There's also that one. SMT5 Vengeance is incredible. Vengeance has some of the best combat out there for sure. Never beat Simon. Oh yeah, I doubt they beat Simon. Goku for Smash. Expedition 33 is a great game, but people are acting like it's the greatest game of all time. Yeah, some are. Some definitely are. I mean, it's a great game though. I really like it. I really like it a lot. Western RPGs are just way more popular than JRPGs, so I understand why Expedition 33 has such a big audience. I mean, it depends on what Western RPG you're talking about. I mean, if you're talking about, obviously, JRPGs like Pokemon, like, obviously, that's not way... I mean, Western RPGs aren't way more popular than that. Expedition 33 is not... I mean, it's a Western RPG, but it models all of its game after the fact that it's a JRPG or JRPG gameplay. So while I understand, I see what you're saying, the people that are talking about this aren't talking about it in a Western RPG front. Like, let's say Fallout, right? You're talking about Fallout, talking about Elder Scrolls, you're talking about games like that, maybe the Outer Worlds. Yeah, but Expedition 33 plays like a JRPG. That's what they're emulating. So I don't think that they're using the Western RPG moniker to get more sales. I don't think that's it, because the game does not play like a Western RPG. It literally takes all of its mechanics from JRPGs. Like, I don't think there's a single Western RPG mechanic that I can think of outside of maybe the Picto system, but even that's like something that JRPGs did beforehand. So yeah, I don't really think it has anything to do with Western RPG, more so than the game just has a really good story, compelling characters, and graphics that certain Western gamers are attracted to, more so than anything. So yeah, Expedition 33 is not Mass Effect, sorry. I don't think Expedition 33 is as good as Mass Effect, that like as a whole. I don't think like Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. I don't think so. I think Mass Effect has a more compelling, I would just say overall like story. I think it's more compelling. Expedition 33 is hindered slightly by something that I'm not going to spoil, but it is a little bit of a lame cop-out in terms of how their story's told and like what makes the characters, who the characters are, where the characters are, what happens. It's a bit of a cop-out to where you can kind of do anything that you want. Whereas Mass Effect is a lot more like, okay, all the chips are on the table. Expedition 33, like, It's cool and I like it, but there is a cop-out with the game, with the story, which is fine. It's still really good, and the story is great, and I can't wait to see what they do next, but there is a bit of a cop-out, whereas Mass Effect does not have that. It's like, yo, this is for real, you know? So I will say that. Let's see, Western storytelling and graphic presentation, the rest of heavily influenced by JRPGs, yeah. The companions are way more interesting in Mass Effect 2. I agree. I think that the companions and the amount of companions that you have and the amount of content that you can do with your companions is a bit more compelling than Expedition 33 for sure. Although the characters in Expedition 33 are good, like they're definitely good. Really can't do the parrying in Clare Obscura. I'm just too hard to keep up. When I got in the middle of the game, I had to turn it to easy to normal mode to beat the big knight thing, with 12 times. Yeah, a lot of people probably turned it on easy mode as well. Like you're probably not the only one who did that. Oh, absolutely. I like the Picto system. I think the Picto system for the next game could be really good. They're gonna build upon it. They're gonna get better, and I'm guessing that the Clare Obscura Expedition 33-2 or Clare Obscura, whatever they want to call it, Expedition whatever they do next is probably gonna be really good. You know. Yo, what is good, Gloria? That is a lot. Holy smokes, mother of all, end of all, Alpha Omega. Yo, Gloria Redmond with a massive $50 Mick Holla. Putting up more money than my Niners did against the... putting up more fight than my Niners did against the Rams. Yo, thank you for the $50. I appreciate that, young lady. Let's go. Thank you so much. It says, greetings, OJ. Or greetings, OJ. Greetings, chat. Can you play Sylvium Night theme from Xenoblade Chronicles X? Ooh. Man, young lady, you've got everything. You've got everything. You've got good taste in music. I can tell you that right now. Good taste in music. All right, let's get that going. Thank you for the big 50. Then also, Good Morning Studios with the 5. I'm going to get that in just a bit. Let me read it off here. Just heads up, bro. One of the best YouTube videos of all time is DSP's FF13 Lightning Returns unboxing. Love you to watch. Do a live react. Maybe we'll take a look at that. How long is it, Good Morning Studios? How long is it? And maybe we can take a look at that. And how's the language in that too? Thank you so much with the big 50. Thank you, Good Morning Studios, with the $5 dono too. Let's go. So we've got a 55er on the board here. So that is 8, and that is 5. 88. Oh my gosh, we just went from 45 extension, 1 hour extension, then almost, of course, to a platinum streak. 12 combos away. Yo, we are out here. Let's go. I can play more music than that too, Gloria. If you want some more music, let me know. Let's get the Noah and Mio flying through the skies, though. Let's do that first. Shout outs. Big love to Gloria. Thank you so much, young lady. And big love to Good Morning Studios. Thank you guys so much. That's awesome. Thank you. That's super generous of you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Gloria. Let me get your music going, though. Let me make sure you can hear it, too. It's like 15 minutes. You don't have to watch it past the first 5. Okay, yeah. I can't react to a 15-minute thing, but maybe the first 5, yeah. If we get some time, I can do it. Good morning. I can do it. Yo, what's up, Troy? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Clare Obscura is a top 5 game of all time for me personally, but I fully recognize its very obvious influences, acting like it revived the genre as well. Top 5, that's high. I don't know if I'd put it top 5 for me. It's definitely up there, though. I'd probably say that it's in like my top 50. I can say for sure it's like my top 50, like games of all time. Top 50 for sure, and I've played a lot of games, so top 50 for me, yeah. Maybe. But I can understand for some people why it's top 5, you know, game or something like that. Or their favorite game of all time. So yeah. Big love, Gloria. Gloria, get me some other music that you want, and I got you. That was a huge dono. That was a huge dono. Let me know how it sounds too, the music. What's the best way to play Mass Effect games now? Play them in order. 1, 2, 3. Honestly, guys, most of the time, the best way to play something is in order. Like 95% of the time. 95 to 99% of the time. People say, what's the best way to play something? In order. Most of the time. Especially if there's not many games. Now, if there's like 50 games in the series, then yeah, like Final Fantasy, okay. maybe you don't need to play those in order. Or like Dragon Quest, okay, maybe you don't need to play those in order. But most of the time, if there's barely any games in the series, just playing it in order. Like Xenoblade, play it in order. Mass Effect, play it in order. So, you know, most of the time, it's just better to play it in order, you know? Let's see here. I think the ending lore needed to be explained on Clare. I hope they do so. Needed to talk more about the things which were causing the world to be like that and who they were, the real antagonists. Well, I think in the next game that they will leave Storm. Like, I think the next game will explain, you know, who some of the other people are. I'm not going to say their names, but some of the people are, exactly how this magic or this thing works, exactly how, like, how real exactly is everything, and, like, what they're going to do. And I think they'll go into it more in depth. I mean, I think that there might be DLC. They might actually do some like major DLC for the game. I don't know how soon another game will be ready. You know, I think it might take a while for another game. So I think like a major DLC expansion probably seems likely, like for like 20 or 30 bucks. Maybe you get like a big DLC expansion that expands upon the base game, plus you get extra content, maybe up towards of like 10 hours of like a story or something like that to kind of expand upon it. But I don't think like another game will be ready anytime soon, so we'll see what they do, you know. I think a Switch 2 port is obviously in line too as well. Bramble Scramble, I got you, Gloria, thank you. I got some more music too if you want it. Thank you for the big 50. Appreciate that. Bramble Scramble, that's from Smash. Yeah, we need the Smash Brothers version though, right? This one, right? All right, Big Love. Let's also get your name on the board here, Gloria. With the big 50. You are now the Hokagen Stream Ninja. Anybody does 50 or more, you can be my girl Gloria at the top of the board. Shoutouts to, of course, shoutouts to Justin holding down the board as well. And Psycho Pie, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys holding down the board as long as you did. Gloria. There we go. Make sure you guys hit that like button too. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. This flawed masterpiece, in my opinion, character, story, and world or music are peak. Yeah, I don't think it's even a flawed masterpiece, Huddy. I just think it's a really good game. That, you know, I don't even think it's a flawed masterpiece. Like, I don't think it's like super flawed or anything. You know, Expedition. I think it's good. There's some things here and there, but I don't think it's even like a flawed masterpiece like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I don't think it's even like that. You know, where there's like so many other issues. It's like, okay, man, this is this, and this, but it's still really good. Or like Age of Calamity, you know, where that can be like, oh my god, this game is really good, but Jesus Christ, there's also like, I don't even think it's that. I think it's just really good. I think the problem, like I said, I don't. It's not you, Huddy. It's other people that are acting crazy because you play SMT5, you play Persona, you play other things. Like, you're not like being crazy like some of these other people are. So I think it's those other people that don't actually play JRPGs that are sitting there and acting wild about this game, you know. This stream is great. I love I love the sanity. I appreciate you, Gloria. Mass Effect Legend Edition, anywhere you can play it. Yeah, Mass Effect Legend Edition gets you everything that you need to know in one package with all the DLC. So, and it's super cheap. Like, it's like 10 to 15 bucks depending on what system you buy it on. I like Expedition 33, but slow down. You have to factor JRPGs, especially in the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah. What I would like to see for Expedition 33, what will come after it? Will there be games inspired by it, or like games inspired by Breath of the Wild? The thing about it is that Expedition 33 is already a game that's inspired by a bunch of other games. So it's like parry mechanics aren't anything new. A bunch of games already have that, like Mario and Luigi, for example. They do that on the regular, parry mechanics and things like that. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, I think that there might be for sure, but I'm not sure how many will, you know. So yeah. Doing all the optional quests in Act 3 helps a lot of Clare's script for context, story, and world building. Yes, I did everything. I did every single quest available. I pretty much 100% of the game, so. Been waiting for this game to drop on Switch 2. Hopefully it comes soon. But don't you have a really good PC, Psycho Pie? You don't want to play it on PC? Let's see. Are you reacting to the state of play, PlayerEssence? I'm going to try to leave Stormblaze. I'm not 100% sure if I will be able to, but I'm going to try. What would I like to see for... Okay, yeah, I already answered that. Kirby reminded me a lot of Lost Odyssey. Yeah, Lost Odyssey in terms of like scope and style. At times, obviously, Lost Odyssey is like a significantly bigger game, but yeah. Spent the Bard and Children in the Sky. That dude's hilarious. Some of the writing in the game. Oh yeah, it's really good. I really hope EA releases Mass Effect Trilogy on Switch 2. I don't think that they will at this point after they got bought out. I don't think they're really gonna do anything on Switch 2. I think that it's gonna be sparse, but I could be wrong, but we'll see. But we will see what they decide to do. But I don't think they're gonna really be huge supporters of Switch 2 or anything like that. Justin with another $3 dono.
Also, there's a big thing missing from the Air Riders demo that makes everything more enjoyable and makes powering up the vehicle. The stadium events all make sense to keep doing. The checklist.
Oh yeah, the checklist. That's gonna be huge. That's gonna be huge. Thank you for the $3, Justin. I appreciate that, man. Let's go. Another 3 coming in. 91 on the board. We are out here, and we are getting there. 9 combos away on a random Monday. Let's go, man. Thank you guys. I want Expedition 33 on Switch 2. Shout outs to Justin. Justin, #1 Air Rider, guys. But we got a lot of Air Rider streams coming up for Justin, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Expedition 33 just has a crazy fan base. They definitely glaze the game every chance they get. Listen, I think the game is worth, in terms of glazing, I think it's worth it. The problem is like when they start crossing the line. You know, like when they start saying that, oh, it revived the industry, it revived the genre. They did this. Oh, they did this with the bag of, with a budget, with a bag of potato chips. Like when they start sitting here making up fan fiction and lore that never was an actual thing, that's where I start, like, I'm like, okay, calm down, lady, like, calm down, like, you know, like, that's when I just start, like when it starts getting annoying. Like, the tweet that made me, the tweet that actually made me talk about the controversy was this tweet, right? I'll show you guys the tweet and all of that, like, what happened. So, like, gosh, where was it? I made a tweet saying, I love Expedition 33. It's, you know, it's a fantastic, but it didn't revive the genre or anything like that. Metaphor Refantasio just came out last year, rated higher, 94, nominated for Game of the Year, actually won IGN and GameSpot overall Game of the Year. There are many other incredible recent turn-based RPGs. So that's all I said. And it was really in response, like I said, there was this one chick, I mean, I think she's kind of popular on Twitch and all that. She's like a Twitch streamer, Stormfall. And she said, you know, Clare Obscure, because like she was responding to what Shroud said. Shroud's a very popular multiplayer streamer guy, and he said that, you know, don't let Expedition 33 win Game of the Year at the Keeley Awards. He said that Arc Raiders should be winning Game of the Year, you know, and by the way, he didn't play Clare Obscure Expedition 33. He didn't play the game. He's just talking. Once again, you know, this is a guy, obviously a multi-millionaire. This is a guy that doesn't play anything, like when it comes to single-player games a lot. He's just a multiplayer guy because that's where he makes all his money, and that's what he likes. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But he's basically just, I mean, what he said was a stupid statement. So I don't fault this lady, Stormfall, for quote tweeting it and saying this is stupid. But the problem is the excessive glaze on the game. That is the problem. She says, she quote tweets that and says, a magnum opus of art and culture in an industry plagued by greed, with a budget of a bag of potato chips and a passionate team, a story moving everyone to tears, and gameplay that revives an entire genre and redeems the French. Like, that description is too much. That is too much. And then she also made a funny joke at the end of it saying, Dirt, make sure it doesn't win Game of the Year because no PvP. So I agree with the premise of what she says. Because, like, yeah, this guy Shroud, once again, he's just a multi-millionaire. You know, I think he took a deal with the whole Mixer thing before that fell apart. So this guy, he's, like I said, and congrats to him. It's not hating on him in terms of how he got what he got. So good for him. But I don't take multi-millionaire, like, ninja type streamers and like, you know, you know, Tim the Tap Man. And I don't take guys like that seriously because all they do is sit in front of their PC and PC to death, and just everything's based off of multiplayer. Everything's based off of shooting somebody else. Everything's based off of that. That's all their whole lives revolve around is clicking mouses and PC Twitch streams and all that shit. So it's like, I'm like, nah, fam. Like, I don't mind that being a part of it. Sure, Arc Raiders, it's a good game, but their whole life revolves around shooting other people and shooting and looting and PvP, Command and Conquer, or freaking comms and all this stuff. Like, so I don't be taking their opinion seriously because dude didn't even say that he even played Expedition 33. Dude didn't even play it. So you already know. He says, oh, I play it after they win the game of the year. I play it. It's like, dude, then shut up. If you ain't trying to play the game beforehand and you don't want to know nothing about it, then shut up. I don't play Arc Raiders and I don't play these shooters, but I mean, I can at least acknowledge that a lot of people like the game and say, okay, well, we'll see where it kind of falls in play. But to sit there and say that it shouldn't win, Expedition 33 shouldn't win, and all this because Arc Raiders, you know, it's like, nah, that's not it. You know, like... Like, that's the problem that I have, you know? And like I said, I think the girl was right for quote tweeting this dude and saying herp derp, like having a little bit of fun. I'm not hating on that. That's why I didn't quote tweet her. All I did was link to another tweet of when people asked, like, okay, well, who's saying this? I said, okay, well, she said it. But I didn't quote tweet her. I didn't do anything like that. I disagreed in her comment section and all that. But yeah, like, first of all, one, industry plagued with greed. A lot of places are plagued with greed. They made this game cheaper because it's a turn-based RPG and those don't sell from like a Western standpoint. So I get why they did that. The next Expedition game probably won't be $50, probably won't be $30. Don't look to be getting a budget, ghetto budget style type of thing. The next game's probably going to be 60 or 70. I'm pretty sure it will be because they're going to have to try to top themselves and they're going to have to try to get more people in. They're going to have to try to do different things. So maybe they'll still do it at that, but don't expect it to be $25 direct, you know, CD keys or something like that. Don't expect that for the next game. Let me just tell you that right now. But anyway, so that's fine. I see what she's saying, like the industry plagued by greed. Yes, companies are plagued by greed. Everybody's greedy. A lot of companies are greedy. That makes sense. Okay, I get you. With a budget of a bag of potato chips, that's a flat out lie. The developers don't want to say how much it costs. They don't want to give us an exact estimate, but they said it's around the mid tier. This was a this was a game that was in development for 6+ years. They have what, around 30+ staff. They have actors that they need to pay. They have animators that they need to pay. They have what's it called? They had a Game Pass deal. They had all this money. They had investors. They had all this money coming in. This they signed a Hollywood deal before the game even launched. They signed a Hollywood deal. But you're trying to tell me that they made this on a potato shoestring, Mighty Number 9, or not Mighty Number 9, but like shoestring, the wonderful 101 $50,000 goal budget. Stop, ladies. Stop. People need to stop pushing this narrative like this game was made by 5 people in a sweatshop in Mongolia or something like that. Like it was 5 different people sweating their butts off, working 23 hours a day, you know, with no water, no AC, no food, you know, and sitting there slaving away for a half decade plus to make this game. Stop this nonsense, guys. They had plenty of money. They had plenty of funding. They signed a Hollywood deal before the game even dropped. They had a big Game Pass bag. Stop the cap, okay? Stop the cap. Now, is it a freaking Assassin's Creed Shadows budget? No. Is it a quadruple A budget? No. Is it as big as probably Breath of the Wild? Probably not. But let's stop acting like the budget was nothing. Potato chip. But no, it wasn't. That's a lie. That's a flat out lie. Passionate team, yes. Potato budget of a bag of potato chips, false. You don't get freaking Charlie Cox, who doesn't even play video games like PsychoPie says. You don't get that one guy, the Final Fantasy dude that plays Verso. You don't get that guy. He doesn't come cheap. Ben Starr doesn't come cheap. You think they paid him nothing? He got paid a lot. They paid Ben Starr. They had good female talent too. So you don't, those guys don't come cheap. That's, by the way, that's part of the cost of the game. Like that's also part, like that's development of the game. That's also part of the cost of the game, is paying the voice actors and paying the people that act in the game. So don't sit here and tell me that it was a shoestring, but what you think Ben Starr did it for $2? You think he did it for fun? Come on now, stop it, lady. Okay. So that is ridiculous, and we all know that's ridiculous. If you look at the voice cast, you already know that's a ridiculous statement. And then moving a story that moved everyone to tears. I was not moved to tears after playing the game. I was very invested, and I liked it, and I was like, wow, this is really good. But it's not, what's it called? It didn't move me to tears. And the reason why it didn't move me to tears is because there is a plot thing with this game that makes it a cop-out. So while the story's very good and I like it, there is a very big cop-out that makes it like, oh, okay, still good, but oh, you know, but I understand why she might be moved to tears, but it didn't move everyone to tears. Like I said, it's very good, but it wasn't the complete tear jerker, you know, for some people, but not for me. Because like I said, there is a huge cop-out in this game. Once again, that some people will like, some people will not like, whatever, you know? And then here's the worst part. Before I get into that, shout outs to It's Your Boy Ralphie. Thank you for the $10 dono. Gang, baby. Flexing. Thank you for the big 10, brother. Appreciate that. Combo breaks. Also, we're going to play that overclock. This is the worst part of what she said. And gameplay that revives an entire genre and redeems the French. Redeems the French, that is a joke, so I don't have a problem with that. But gameplay that revives an entire genre? Lady, Stormfall, listen to me. You need to play more JRPG. Tapping a button to do attacks? Press an attack. Oh, an attack is coming. Parry, attack. That is not gameplay that revives an entire genre. That's insane. Mario and Luigi has been doing this for decades. Lost Odyssey did this decades ago. There are countless other Final Fantasy VIII. There are countless other RPGs that have offensive, Super Mario RPG, offensive and defensive button presses. Now, is Clare Obscure's great? Sure, it's great. But pressing a button to play defense or offense does not revive a whole genre. Persona 5, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Fire Emblem Engage, Octopath Traveler, Bravely Default. There are countless other RPGs, in my opinion, that have just as good, if not better, better combat systems. Metaphor Refantasio is a significantly better combat system than Clare Obscure. Now, you might like Clare Obscure more, but if you're not having a glaze fest between the two games overall, like if you go into it both feeling the same way like I did, I'm looking at the amount of depth that Metaphor has. I'm like, okay, I can have like 40 something different classes. You can upgrade all those classes. There's tons of different abilities. You can mix and match those. There's tons of different characters that you can use. It's way more in depth. Same thing with Persona 5 Royal. Way more different stuff like that. Way more. You know, so it's like, it didn't revive anything. It didn't revive a whole genre. That is just, she doesn't play anything else. She doesn't play other RPGs. She doesn't play them. So maybe it revived it for her, but it did not revive it for everybody else, of the millions of people that bought Persona, the millions of people who buy Fire Emblem, the millions of people who buy Metaphor, the millions of people who buy Mario and Luigi. It didn't revive anything. The genre was fine, and it has been doing great. So that's the nonsense. I agree with some of her thoughts, but that's where the whole, you know, this came from. This got 19,000 likes plus on Twitter, so people, and over 1.8 million views. So yeah. So let's see here. Shout out, and also SMT5 Vengeance. I mean, that battle system is so good. Like, oh my goodness, the amount of depth and different demons that you can get and customization. SMT5 Vengeance has a nutty battle system, like the different Makatsui skills and all that type. Oh my gosh, it's crazy good. It flows like butter on like PS5 or on PC. It plays so good. So, I mean, I think she just has a lack of experience with JRPGs recently. She doesn't play them. Because to say that it revives a whole genre, gameplay that by tapping a button, don't get me wrong. Those button taps are fun. It's fun to go doom, 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 and then you see some type of crazy, I see Mael she starts spinning around on the ground and starts flipping around and doing burials and flips and boom, hits her with a little sword that she has. That's dope. I love that stuff. It's great. And you see Luna, and she starts flying up like, you know, like a sorceress and starts hitting you with ice beams and Moktone like freaking Yamoto, or like the first Hokage in Naruto, which by the way, they definitely were looking at the first Hokage in Naruto for that for Luna. But like I love that stuff. Expedition 33 is dope. It's got great gameplay, but it's gameplay that we've seen before. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, it's good, but revives the whole genre? No. We have been seeing that gameplay, but it's still great though. It's fun. The animations are fantastic. Big love though. Shout outs. Thank you for the $10 dono, Mr. Ralphie. 101 on the board. Yo, we are out here. Of course, we've got the limit break as well. Let's go. Limit breakers in the house. Let's see here. The shade. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. Like I said, I agree with some of what she said. Like the basic premise, I agree with what she said. I don't think she's wrong in everything. But the problem is that, like, I'd like to see her list of JRPGs she actually plays. You know? I just like to see the list of JRPGs. Like, I don't think she actually plays anything. I think she just played that one and said it revived it for her. But people that have been playing JRPGs, we're like, no. We're like, no. So yeah, I'm not an emotional person, but the beginning of the game had me in my feels. Okay, I will admit, the beginning of the games, definitely, I can see why people, like I said, it brought people to tears. I agree, there are some people. I'm not even mad about her saying that. Like, that's not even like a major point of mine. So I get that though, like I get it. Yes, there is a part at the beginning of the game where it's very, very difficult, where that might bring people, yes, I can see that for sure, yeah. I was definitely like, oh man, like really? I know what part you're talking about. So I can understand if you cried a little bit there, I understand that. But like I said, there's a big cop out at the end, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a huge cop out at the end of the game. So yeah. Let's see here. Shout outs to Uncario. Looking at her channel. Yeah, she has not played any other JRPGs. I didn't think so. I don't think she played anything else. Yeah. It's like, also, she excludes anything Nintendo. Nintendo games are not from what I've seen for her, because she's talking about Game of the Year, and she does not include Donkey Kong Bonanza. So I don't think she really, anything Nintendo is off the list immediately too. So there's also that. Not a single turn-based JRPG on her channel. It's about reviving a genre. See, those are people like, so she's reviving a genre that you never played. Reviving it, what? Because you decided to stop playing and revive the whole genre. Now all of a sudden you come back, you think that you run this piece. Like, yeah, that's just silly, disrespectful and silly. Andy Serkis as Renor is one of my favorite characters of all time. Nice. To be fair, these glades could mean that the game revived the genre for gamers who don't play JRPGs games anymore. And sure, that's fine, but that's you more being ignorant than it actually reviving the genre. Now, if that's a personal thing, like, oh, it got me back into JRPGs, then make that be known. Clearly state that. Just say, hey, look, and it got me back into playing JRPGs. But don't sit here and say it revived the genre. Speaking about it from a broad terms, because remember, she's talking about as Game of the Year. So she's talking about from an industry perspective. From an industry perspective overall with that. She's not talking about from her own reviving a genre. That's because she didn't play them. So she needs to say that like, hey, look, it got me back into JRPGs. Because she doesn't play them. So, no, it didn't revive a genre that wasn't dead. Once again, Metaphor ReFantazio just came out last year and is rated higher. And has sold 2 million plus units. Yeah, not as good as Clare Obscure, but still very good. Persona 5 came out. Persona 5 Royal came out. Fire Emblem came out. Fire Emblem sold 4 million plus, almost 5 million on one platform. Just on the Switch by itself. Pokemon sells really good. Pokemon probably will outsell the entire life of Clare Obscure. Like, any games that come out, like, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet might outsell the whole thing ever. You know? So it's like I get what she's saying, like I get that, and maybe it revives it for them, but be clear about that. If it revives it for you because you don't want to play the good games, because you have xenophobia with anime or whatever the case is, or you don't like that style, that's fine. But make that be clear. You can't speak for a genre that you don't play, you know? Like, now listen, if we go back to 2017, and if we look at the state of JRPGs then before Persona 5 comes out, I think that there's an argument that Persona 5 did revive console JRPGs because Final Fantasy wasn't doing so hot. Fire Emblem was on 3DS. A lot of good JRPGs were on 3DS or DS or mobile or whatever, right? Or PS Vita. There wasn't a ton of major turn-based RPGs on console that were killing it at that time. Persona 5 comes out and it's like, wow, this brings everything back, right? When it comes to a JRPG, turn-based game. So I think there's an argument that that was the case in 2017, but I don't think there's an argument after you have Bravely Default 2, Octopath Traveler, you have Octopath Traveler 1 and Octopath Traveler 2, you have Mario and Luigi, that came back, you have Super Mario RPG Remake, you have Thousand Year Door, that all came back, Persona 5 Royal, you have SMT5 Vengeance, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Fire Emblem Engage. Like, you have all these games that have come out, Dragon Quest 11S, since Persona 5 Royal. Since Persona 5. All of these awesome, high-quality, Game of the Year, some of them Game of the Year nominated, quality RPGs. Now, if you look at the 5 or 6 years before Persona 5, what were all of the biggest console turn-based RPGs? Like, there was some struggle there. But pretty much the Renaissance started, the new Renaissance with consoles started with Persona 5, and then we just got 6, 7, 8 years now of bangers. Every single year there's some type of new turn-based RPG that kills it, you know? So I don't agree with this whole revive the whole genre. Okay, well, if you didn't play, sure, but if you're playing and if you're looking at the review scores and the sales, no, the genre was there. It's fine, you know? Monster Hunter Stories 1 and Monster Hunter Stories 2. I think the first one came out in 2016 or something like that, and the second one came out in 2020 or 2021. I forgot exactly when. So yeah. Think about when Street Fighter 4 came out, Street Fighter 4 revived the fighting game scene. It absolutely did. Metaphor Fantasia was also an incredibly emotional game. People have to put some respect on that game. Another banger. Oh my god. I like Metaphor more than I like Clare Obscur. But once again, the fact that Clare Obscur is so good with their first JRPG or their first RPG is phenomenal. Very talented team. So yeah. You guys 6'7". Oh my gosh. She's a Twitch streamer. Like I said, it's no hate towards her. I'm not trying to hate her. I'm not trying to say that. Like, I'm just going over what the controversy was and what caused me to make the tweet in the first place. So yeah, that was really it. It's not like to hate on her. I think she's fine. There's nothing wrong with her in terms of a content creator. And I don't even disagree with everything that she was saying. It's just simply a talking point. We're just simply talking about it. Oh, shout outs to Michael Hall. Thank you for the subscription, too. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Elite Ninja Village. Thank you for subscribing, fam. Appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. Let's go. What's what she replies to people bring up her points? I did see that. Yeah, she got a little salty. I did see that, but that's just annoying. I think she just got annoyed from so many people disagreeing with her. So she just got kind of salty and like put that. Yeah, I did see that though. So I guess we'll put the full context so you guys can check out what Elias is saying. So after she got kind of bombarded with people disagreeing with her, she made a joke and like made like the little funny emojis and was like, or like the little nerd emojis. So she's kind of like mocking people a little bit, like all the nerds coming through, JRPG nerds, and saying. So she put nerd emoji. It did not revive an entire genre because I played Persona. It actually did cost more than a bag of chips. Actually, the game is overhyped because I didn't like it. Okay, well, that we can... I mean, if people are saying that, obviously they're wrong on that one. My game of the year is Other Game, so you're wrong. There, I saved you some time. Go on with your day. I thought this was funny. I think two of the four counterpoints are valid. The other two are just like people just talking. But the two counterpoints of it didn't revive a whole entire genre because I played Persona, it's not even just Persona, it's just the fact that like everything that came after Persona and Persona itself. So I think Persona 5 was probably the biggest thing. So I think the fact that she probably didn't play Persona, or she didn't play Persona 5 Royal, which Royal came out, like the new versions of Royal, like that you can play like at 60 FPS on new consoles, or you can play on Switch. That came out in 2022 for everyone. Now for PS4, Royal came out in 2019. So it was 2017 for here in the West, 2019 for PS4 version of Royal, and then 3 years later in 2022 for everybody. So a lot of people that maybe played Royal, that was only about 3 years ago. So even though Persona 5 is a decade old, or going on a decade old, 8 years or whatever, a lot of people only played it in 2022 and beyond. So I think that's the reason Persona 5 is fresh on the minds for a lot of people, because once again, the new versions came out of Persona 5 in Royal in 2022, and Royal is a significantly expanded experience compared to the original. So if you play the original, that's a great game, but Royal is significantly better than the original game. So it's almost not, I wouldn't say almost like a new game, but it almost is somewhat like a new game with Royal, right? You have the new chapter, you have all the different quality of life features, you have the new updates to it, you have the new attacks that you can do. There's just so much stuff in Royal that makes it a way better experience. The Mementos is completely revamped and changed and way better quality of life wise. They added that one boy that's in there that makes it more fun to explore. Like, so a lot of people, they see Royal as a game that's still new, somewhat new within the last 3-4 years. So I think that's the reason why, people are bringing up Persona so much, But yeah, her first two don't make sense. I mean, her first two are valid in terms of like the complaints, the counterpoints that people are making. And yeah, it did. I mean, this is her just being silly. It didn't actually cost more than a bag of chips. Like, she's flat out wrong on that one, Like, her trying to downplay like how much the game costs because it makes her point better. Like, you got to take the L on that one, Stormfall. You got to take the L on that one, because it wasn't a shoestring budget. You do not have a movie deal on a shoestring budget. If this game had no real investors, no people that believed in it, no people that helped make it incredible with a expensive voice cast of people who don't even play video games, by the way. One of the guys, the guy who does Gustav, doesn't even play video games. He had people hitting him up saying, "Oh man, I loved you in Clare Obscure. You were great." And he was like, "What the hell is that?" Dude didn't even know. But he's like a Hollywood actor, you know what I'm saying? He's like obviously he's not the biggest actor, but he's like a big time dude. He's not a cheapo. He wouldn't do it. He didn't do this because he loves video games. Dude don't even play video games. He didn't even know what it was for. He went to a booth recorded for 4 hours. Obviously, he doesn't record as much as other people because something happened, but and he was out and didn't even know what the hell was going on. Don't sit here and tell me that this was a shoestring budget when you got Mr. Cox on there and you also got Ben Starr and you got all these good voices. Stop the cap. You got to stop the cap though. So in my opinion, that there's nothing wrong with people, pointing that out, that's wrong, because it is. These guys didn't do this ish for free. Yeah, he plays Daredevil in the MCU. So it's like, he didn't do this for free. They offered him a nice bag. So he was like, okay, I can go work for 4 hours and get paid this much? All right, sounds good to me, Sounds good to me. Easy money, good money. So, nah, like, let's not act like they did this, everybody did it out of the spirit of their heart. Like it was some Goodwill video game or something. Like, you go to Goodwill, let me get one Clare Obscure Expedition 33 ASAP. Nah, she's trying to act like it's some type of Goodwill budget game or something. No, it's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not up to the quadruple A. It's not up to the Assassin's Creed or anything, or like the biggest AAA games. Let's just be real. It's not up to that, but let's not act like it was nothing either. That's why she replies to people who bring, yeah. So yeah. Zealman one on the Wii was much closer to rescuing the genre, given how many Westerners were. Of course, my memory runs out as soon as I start reading the comment. The memory runs out. All right, let me not have so many tabs open. All right. Okay, this should be good. Okay. So yeah. Did you see Metroid Prime 4 Direct announced for Wednesday? It's got Mario in it. Okay, that's a bad joke, but no, there's no Metroid Prime 4 Direct in it, or Direct announced. Let's see, lots of VAs don't know what games they are in until it releases, yeah. But like, the dude doesn't even play video games. So it's not like he did this because he loves video games or something, or because he loves the people there. He just was asked about it, they said okay, and then he went off. He didn't even know, like, he doesn't play games, he doesn't care. So it's not like he just do this for free or do this for a low amount of money because he loves what they're doing. He didn't even know. So you got to pay him. You got to pay him just like you got to pay anybody else. And so they didn't do this for any type of shoestring budget, you know? Does the lady that made the claim that Expedition 33 was an indie game realize that the VAs weren't cheap? No, she does not realize that. No, she does not realize that. And it's not even just VAs. Like, it's Sandfall. They are more of like an indie company, right? Their roots are like a big indie, but like you still gotta pay people. Like you still gotta pay them if they're getting paid. Like, let's just say $60,000 to $70,000 each for 6 years, 30 something to 40 employees, all making that amount of money. The game wasn't cheap. Like it just wasn't. It wasn't like it was a 2 or 3 man team. It was 30 plus people of just developers, which you gotta pay. Okay, and then on top of that, you've got to pay when it comes to marketing. You got to pay when it comes to other things. You got other expenses and all that you got to pay for. And on top of that, once again, you have people that banked on this game being a success. I'm sorry, if you're a small budget indie game, you do not have a Hollywood movie deal lined up before the game. There were private investors in this game. There were people that believed in it and knew that it was going to do good and be good. There were people that invested in this game clearly before we knew the game was going to be really good before it came out. You don't have a Hollywood deal before the game. So no, you don't get any, you can't have a Hollywood deal with a shoestring potato bag budget. No, you don't get Hollywood deals with that. Those are you only get Hollywood deals for movies when you know you've got something that's a multi-million-dollar funded IP or project that you think is going to do really well, that you're banking on is that. So the whole notion that it's some type of cheapo game is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thought process. Now, once again, I get it. It's cheaper than a lot of other games out there. Yes, I agree with that. But it's not a shoestring potato bag budget game. It's just not. It's just not. Otherwise, they wouldn't have had those deals lined up. And by the way, they also got a Game Pass bag. They also got a fat Game Pass bag from Microsoft. So let's just make sure that we go ahead and we add that into the equation. That's an investor. You have somebody that believes in you. So they had a Game Pass bag as well. So also keep that in mind, you know? So yeah. I have played Right Out Remastered. It's good. It was a funny thing with the face model for Dante being able to tell he was in DMC5 because he did a costume test and then played the games before. That's nice. The problem is that they're too accustomed to bloated AAA costs and want a glaze efficient directing from Clare Obscure. I think that the thing with Clare Obscure is that the bloated cost of games today is because a lot of games are full price and they want to put a lot of content in there, so it takes a ton of years and time to make the money. They have big teams. So I think that Clare Obscure did the right thing. And I like the fact, I mean, that's something maybe worth glazing, Huddy. I think it's worth glazing that, okay, they did it on a better budget. That's worth glazing. We do not need 5 million team, 17 developers, 17 years to make. Like, listen, and I know people will probably disagree with this, but honestly, I don't need Grand Theft Auto 6 to take 13 years. I do not need 13 years in between. Like, if they literally just said, hey, we're gonna make a good game, but maybe 6 years in between or 5 years in between, and it's not as crazy as what we're getting, I wouldn't mind that, because we might get another decade to 2 decades of the same game re-released 5 million times, instead of getting a lower budget game and having a lot more fun in our lifespan. Once again, we do not live long enough for developers to be taking 13 years. Now, if we live to be, 300 or 400 or 500 years old, which I'm pretty sure humans in the future will live that long, but for us, we don't. So I do not need developers spending $5 billion and taking 10 years to make a game. I don't need that. I really don't. I want to have fun while I'm on this planet for right now. You know what I'm saying? I do not want games to take decades and 7, 8, 9 years to make. That's too much time. Like, a decade is too long in a human life, It's way too long. Way too long of a time. So I think glazing the fact that they actually did it efficiently in a decent amount of time with an okay budget from scratch with a smaller team, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I don't mind that, I don't mind that. Let's see, I would love to have 20 million plus to make a game. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But yeah, I mean, Huddy, you're not wrong. People are too accustomed to, for some of those things. I don't want to be at you might be in a nursing home playing GT, depending on how old you are. If you're in your 40s or 50s right now, you might be in a nursing home the next time the GTA game comes out, man. You're gonna get shark carded to death. You're gonna get that's not it. And I said that on the Spawncast, and I got a lot of pushback from the chat there, and people were saying, no, it's like, because y'all don't value time. A lot of you young guns do not value time. I didn't value time when I was younger. A lot of people don't even value it. Value it, man. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like, knock on wood, hopefully everybody stays healthy and happy, but you have no idea. So we can't be sitting here waiting 13 years for a game. There ain't nothing that can sit here and tell me that 13 years is a good idea. I don't care how realistic the horse balls are on the next Grand Theft Auto, or how, oh my God, look, did you see that when the girl, she lies down on the couch, it indents on the fabric? Like, who cares? It might not even be a fun game. That stuff has nothing to do with it. So, I mean, like, I'm guessing they're building out this game because they're going to use GTA 6 for the next 15 years. It's going to be around for 15 years. They're going to be shark carding us. They're going to be role playing us. They're going to be just shoving DLC packs down our throats. So I think that's the reason why they feel comfortable spending 13 plus years making the game, Yeah, Rockstar abandoned all their other games. No Bully, no Manhunt, no Rockstar Table Tennis, no LA Noire, no anything else. All we get in the past decade plus is what? Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5. That's all we got. Whoop-de-doo. Great. I'm okay. I'd rather actually get games. I'd rather actually get games and enjoy them, even if they're not as graphically advanced. That's fine by me. Did I have fun? Absolutely. So yeah. That caught you off guard. What caught you off guard? GTA 6 will just be the same game we got over the past 30 years. I think it's going to be a really good game. Don't get me wrong, Jeffrey. Like, I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be very graphically advanced, and people are going to enjoy it and think it's the greatest thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, 13 years, man, like between the games, like that's like I said, I'm not a fan of that, I'm not a fan of that at all. So yeah. Yeah, no Midnight Club either. Midnight Club's done. For people who didn't live long enough to play this next GTA game, we're looking forward to it. Absolutely. That's what I said on the Spawncast, Joshua. I was like, dude, like 13 years is a long time. How many people have passed away? You know how many people were alive 13 years ago compared to now? Our bodies are too feeble. There's too many things that can happen to us. Now, once again, hopefully in the future, in the distant future, like as we get older, there's like a lot more things that can help us live longer and live healthier and live better. But for right now, like, dude, like 13 years is too long. Like, if somebody's a 13-year-old, now they're 26 years old. Like, from, like, what? Like, that's a good chunk of life that just went by. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to sit here and applaud 13-year development cycles. And which, it wasn't in development for 13 years, but I'm not going to applaud them making, taking 13 years in between a sequel. Like, that's insane. I don't care how good the game is. Like, I don't care how good it is. Now, for people that are going to make a ton of money off of it, obviously, they're chomping at the bit and they're going to be excited because they're going to make their money off that. They're going to make their you know, they're gonna make their millions, or they're gonna make their tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands off the game, and that's cool. More power to them, you know. But for me, as somebody, like I said, who's trying to play the games, like I want to play great games, like it's like, okay, that's way too long, you know. That's way too long in between games. Let's see here. Maybe a hot take, but Rockstar's peak is behind them. Maybe. Well, it's hard to even gauge what their peak is when they don't release anything, except for, you know, shark cards and online packs. Says, I honestly can wait. There's other games for me to play, like FF7 Rebirth. Yeah, I mean, I can wait too. It's not like I don't have other games to play. It's just that I was around before Rockstar went insane, like with shark cards. Like, Rockstar used to make multiple games. Back in the day, I used to play Bully. I used to play Manhunt. I used to play Rockstar's Table Tennis. I used to play LA Noire. I used to play Red Dead Redemption. I used to play a lot of different games from Rockstar. They made a variety of games back in the day. I mean, I didn't love Midnight Club, but I did play it. So, I mean, it's like they used to actually make games back then. They don't even make games anymore. So it's like, yeah, sure, I can wait, but not only are we waiting, but then we don't even get any of their previous games. Like, all we get is remasters. That's all they do. They remastered LA Noire. They remastered GTA Trilogy. They remastered Red Dead Redemption 1. Like, that's all they do. They don't even make new games anymore. They just remaster everything. Then they didn't even remaster Bully. Like, they didn't even do that in this time period. So, like, it's like they don't even do that 100%. Like, they don't even do that the best, you know? So yeah, that's the problem that I have with them, you know? What is that? High school and college? No. 13 to 26, that's middle school or junior high. And maybe some might be in high school, but that actually can be middle school or junior high all the way to graduating college. Like, out of college for a number of years. Usually people get it, at least here in America, you get into college when you're 18, sometimes 17, sometimes 19, maybe some people are older or less, but usually it's between the ages of 17 and 19 that you get into college, and you're usually done in 4 years. That's a bachelor's degree. Some people take 5 years, depending on what you want to do. Some people take longer if you're doing, like, you know, graduate school and all that other stuff, but the general is 4 years. So you should be around the age of 22 to 23 years old when you graduate from school, usually, if you go there on time and everything. So that's just kind of how it is. So if you go from 13 to 26, you're actually a few years out of college. You're a few years out. Or you could be a few years out of college. So yeah. They did do Max Payne as well. I think they did. Did they do Max Payne 3? Did Rockstar publish that? Who did Max Payne 3? I know it was like Remedy, right? Remedy was Max Payne. Didn't Rockstar do one of the Max Paynes? I forgot. Will we see more Halo content for PS5? Yes, they already stated that PS5 Halo, it's gonna be a thing. So yeah, they already stated that. Yeah, bringing back a little more variety in their discography would be nice. I like Bully and LA Noire. Yeah. My favorite Rockstar game is GTA 4. For me, it's the most fun. Most well-designed open world game. No other open world game can capture GTA 4's magic. I don't know, man. That magic was done by a budget magician, because I played GTA 4 and I disagree completely. I do not like GTA 4, and I know that's an unpopular opinion, but the game controls like ass butter. Like, I do not think the controls in that game are great. Now, maybe you played it on PlayStation. Excuse my French, guys. Sorry about that. Maybe you played it on PC where it had better controls, but those games' controls suck. The driving sucks. I do like the character. I think Nico Bellic is cool. I think I think the story's good, but the gameplay sucks. I don't think it's a great. I don't think it's the greatest open world game of all time or anything like that. I don't think it's even close to greatest open world game. GTA 4. Like, the controls are absolutely atrocious. There's incredible lag. Like, I played it on PS3. The lag is insane. You move and he stops running, and like it takes 10 seconds to redirect yourself. The game controls terrible. The racing's terrible in the game too. The driving's trash. GTA 4 has aged terribly. And like I said, unless you're playing it on PC or you're playing mods or you're doing all sorts of stuff like that, I disagree heavily with that being the best open world game of all time. Now, if you like it the most, that's no problem. I actually don't disagree with you liking it the most. Like, I agree. Like, I agree that it's a great game for other people, okay? So I want to make sure that I make that very clear. It's a great game for other people. It's one of the best rated games of all time. You cannot deny the amount of love and attention that they tried to make GTA 4. So I'll give them that. It's got online play. It's got a lot of good stuff going for it. But man, those controls are trash. I said I'm done. I beat that game. I said I'm never playing this again. Like, so yeah, man. Let's see here. It ran like trash on PS3 as well, and unoptimized. Yeah, it did not run great on PS3. But that was my option. My option was PS3 or 360. My option was not PC. So yeah. That was that. Overall. Playing Age of Imprisonment really makes me want a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Age of Imprisonment moveset in Smash 6. Maybe they do that at some point, man. Maybe they do that. Maybe, just maybe. I hated GTA 4. Roman was mad annoying. Nico, let's go bowling. Nah, you're right. I don't really see the vision for GTA 4. That game makes New York sad. Yeah, I mean, I don't like it. I'll take a variety of other open world games over it. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Red Dead Redemption 1, Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, Red Dead Redemption 1. Oh my gosh, there's a million other games I think I'd take over it that I thought that were better. So yeah. But Nico, my cousin, it ran better on the 360, but it was still trash. Yeah, I don't think it was much better from what my friends told me and from what I saw online and from how I saw things. So yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming out here. Appreciate you guys coming through to the platform. Appreciate you guys being awesome. GTA 4 is also one of the worst PC ports. Oh, okay. Is it trash on PC? Playing P3 Reload. And man, these social links are such a chore. That's Persona for you. That is Persona. Please make Sakurai. Please Sakurai make Zelda at least high tier. Alright. It was a medium 10 to 15 FPS. PS3. Yeah, the FPS, bro. That thing ran ghetto, fam. It ran real ghetto on PS3, man. I was like, dude, this sucks. Because I had played other open world games. It's not like we didn't have open world games before. Like, we had open world games on there. Like, I played Saints Row. And Saints Row felt like it played way better to me. And we had played it, we played the PS2 GTAs, and those were great on there. Like those felt pretty good to play. GTA said it didn't feel as sluggish to play as GTA 4. I mean, we had other open world games, and even open-ended games that played way better. So for me, I was like, dude, this plays terrible. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on people saying Steam is a monopoly? I don't care. Let's see. San Andreas is the last GTA game I played extensively. Yeah. The last one that I played extensively was GTA 4. San Andreas and then GTA 4. After that, I decided that GTA is not worth my time, really. So yeah. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you've not hit that like button, like I stated. Appreciate you guys coming out. We still got some more time left on the stream, so if you have questions, you can tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag Players by itself. More than happy to answer all of your awesome questions. Remember, if you drop a dono, make sure you put your music request. If you have not put your music request in there, make sure you put your music request if you drop a dono. Appreciate you guys. Some of you guys dropped donos and did not put that, so thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate that. Do you think Bowser will sing Rosa, 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 Rosa? Oh, love you. Dude, that would be so funny if they do that. That would be so good if they do that. I would love that. I would love that like the best. Rosa, 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 Rosa. That'd be so funny. Yes, they need to do that. They need to do it. Even now the 360 version runs locked at 60 FPS. The input lag and controls are so bad I stopped playing it, waiting for the remaster to fix it. Even at 60 FPS couldn't fix the dookie. The dookie programming underneath the hood. Do you think Bowser? Oh, I already read that. Will we ever get Mario Galaxy 3? Maybe, but probably not. Hey man, this is my first streams. How you doing, bro? I'm doing good, Starfish. Thanks for coming out to the stream. It needs to be a thing, Rosa. I mean, it might be kind of gimmicky though. I think they're gonna do a whole new song, and I think it's gonna be more than just Bowser singing like that. I think it's gonna involve like Bowser and other people singing as well. I think it's gonna be like a, you know, like where they all kind of get in like High School Musical type thing, right? I think it's gonna be more like that, where it's like a musical bit where they all kind of get into the action. It's not just Bowser, it's other people joining in. So yeah, should be fun. Should be fun. I can't wait. I'm gonna go see it in the movie theater. So I'm gonna go like during like the week when all the kids are at school, like when there's nobody in the movie theater. So I'm gonna go then. So it's gonna be great. So started Fire Emblem on 3DS. It's good. I don't know why. I thought it'd be more kiddie story-wise, but it's really not. You thought Fire Emblem would be kiddie story-wise? Yeah, you don't know anything about Fire. Okay, that just tells me you don't know anything about Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's never been kiddie story-wise. Like, legitimately, never. It's always been a serious story. So, yeah, you didn't know about Fire Emblem. You didn't watch my vids on it, at least. Man, Fire Emblem's super serious. I mean, there's some playful parts, but the stories are always super crazy. Very, very, can be very sad, too. We just need one more princess in the Mario movie. No, we don't need one more princess. Psychopie, shut up. It would be super cool if Xbox 33 came out on DLC, include the Game of the Year edition, Deluxe edition for Switch 2. Well, I mean, we don't know if there's going to be DLC anytime soon, so, but yeah. Hey, what's up, Killer Ninja? You're single now, bro? I decided to end the relationship with the girlfriend. Didn't have it to linger around the university or anniversary and holidays. Man, you ended the relationship with your girlfriend? That's crazy. You said that you guys were in a good spot. So what happened, and how did she take it? Was she sad? Did you guys cry and all that? Or I'm guessing both of you guys cried because you guys have been dating for a long time, right? I always have to ask this question: why are the first-person shooters most of all time never nominated for Game of the Year? First-person shooters never nominated for Game of the Year because they're not that good. If you want me to be honest, they're not that good, Switchboy. That's the reason why they're not nominated. But I mean, to be honest, we haven't had any first-person shooters that have been like, oh my gosh, this is a Game of the Year game. We haven't had any in a hot minute. It's been a while. Like the last one was like what, Doom 2016 or Titanfall? Those were like back Overwatch. Like, but what are all the incredible first-person shooters that we've gotten over the last number of years that should have been nominated for Game of the Year? So how about you start with that? So I'm going to ask you a question. What are all the first-person shooters that should have been nominated for Game of the Year? Go ahead, let me know that you feel should have been nominated. You know, Psychopie will lose his mind if Daisy's in the movie. Daisy is not in the movie, or I'm hoping she's not. I don't want Psychopie to be happy. So yeah. I don't want Psychopie to be happy. So yeah, man. So yeah. You finally got your Switch 2. I think it's cool overall. My only problem is that it feels pretty derivative of the Switch 1, more like Switch Pro. Also still lacks personality. I think that's first of all, here's the problem with that. A couple different problems with that. We all know that it was derivative. Like, we all know that it was a sequel to what it is. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Microsoft and Sony do that as well. PC is essentially that every single time. So I'm not sure what you were expecting when it comes down to that. Nintendo's also done it before. So there's nothing wrong with having a derivative system. Like, and two, Switch Pros, like a Pro system is a moniker that Microsoft and Xbox use to say, hey, this is a system that's just a little bit stronger or a bit stronger and can play some games like this, like in a little bit better resolution. Switch 2 is an actual generational jump in terms of the power. It's not just marginal. Like a Game Boy, like for example, like a Game Boy Color, that's like a Game Boy Pro because it's a little bit of a jump, a little bit 2 times stronger here or there, a little bit more RAM, like a new Nintendo 3DS. That's a Pro system. But the Switch 2 is an actual generational, multi-generational jump over Switch 1. So it's not really a Pro system. So for example, Pro systems like Microsoft and Sony, they're not allowed to have exclusives on them Switch 2 has exclusives built for it, and it's going to have a ton of exclusives that can only run on the platform. So I don't think it's really like a pro system at all. A pro system allows you to, you know, usually not have exclusives built specifically for that pro model, usually. Nintendo's done it to where they have had it, but with the new Nintendo 3DS, for example, there was like a couple exclusives. There really wasn't much. So I disagree with it being just a pro system. It's definitely a generational jump. It's significantly better. Understand that it's derivative, but that's the same thing that we got with from the DS to the 3DS, Super NES to the Super NES, the N64 to the GameCube, like I said, DS to 3DS, Game Boy to Game Boy Advance, or Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance. It's the same thing there, so Nintendo's done it multiple times. So I'm not sure what you were expecting, Ramboy, but to me, it's a generational jump that we've gotten before in the past that everyone wanted. So I disagree with it just being a pro system. I disagree. But I've had it way longer. Obviously, I've been playing it way longer than you. You just got it. So I think once you actually see the jump, the fact that now that you can play Pokemon in 4K 60 FPS, or now that you can actually play, Age of Calamity and great resolution and frame rate and way better graphics, I think you're going to start seeing how much bigger of a jump that it is, and it's not just a pro system. So you'll see that. Nick93 says, thoughts on the game? I already told you what the game was going to be beforehand, Nick. So I don't know why you're saying thoughts on the game. I already said that they're going to win by double digits. I said that they wanted revenge. And I said that they were going to win. You're the one that's told me that they weren't going to win. I told you that they were going to win by double digit points because they wanted revenge. They needed it. The Niners are beat up. So I already told you what was going to happen. I already told you. I was a football player. I already know how these things go. So I already said it was going to be a double-digit victory. It's not going to be too close. The Niners are going to try to hang in there, but it's not going to be too close just because the Rams need that game. They're going into a big matchup with the Seahawks, and everybody's healthy on the Rams. They have no injuries. They have literally 0 injuries. The whole team's healthy. Niners team is all banged up with the backup quarterback. So I already knew what was going to happen. We didn't really almost come back because the Niners couldn't stop them on defense. So yeah, they got within a 1-score game a couple different times, and there was definitely areas or ways that they could have won the game, but the defense played so bad, there was no way that they were going to be able to stop the Rams offense with that high-powered offense with Bosa, Warner, and Gifford, all these backups in there that can't play that great. Their defensive line was shot. Huff was just double teamed all day. Nobody could get any pressure. No interior push. No Alfred Collins, the guy who did the One Punch Man. He wasn't even playing. So they didn't have anybody that can really get in there and disrupt. The linebacking crew was devastated. The secondary was already kind of dookie anyway. Jair Brown is not good. Mustafa cannot cover. Lenore was getting beat. Renardo Green was getting beat a little bit. So I already knew what was going to happen. I already told you it was going to be a double-digit victory, and it's not going to be close. So I already knew. So yeah. I already told you the Panthers aren't really that good. The Panthers are okay. They're okay. They're not incredible, but they're okay. They're much better than last year. So you got to take baby steps. Baby steps. Shaw X, and you guys' defense is still good. You guys' defense is still solid. So yeah. Rams absolutely have the best offense in the NFL. Absolutely. I mean, it's between the Rams and the Seahawks. Like, one of you two have the best offense in the NFL. The Rams and the Seahawks. Both of their offenses are humming right now, and you guys are all healthy. I think that's the biggest thing. You guys are all healthy. You guys are healthy. You guys got good offensive line play. So right now, the two best teams in the NFL, in my opinion, are the Rams and the Seahawks. Rams number 1, Seahawks number 2. I think those are the two best teams. Rams, Seahawks, Chiefs. Even though the Chiefs aren't having as good as a year this year, I still think the Chiefs are probably like the third. I think the Chiefs can beat anybody, anytime, anywhere. Like if it was a 1-game thing, I think the Chiefs can beat anybody because they have Patrick Mahomes and they got a good defense too. So I think right now the two best teams in the NFL are Seahawks and Rams. So last year's team was a low bar. Yeah, but you're still 5. What are you guys? 5-5 or 5-4? You guys are still 5-5. That's not bad. You can still make the playoffs. You can still win the division. The Tampa Bay, you guys are only back 1 game. Like I said, guys, listen. Do not panic. You guys are back one game. The Bucks lost. You should be happy, right? I mean, yeah, it would have been great if you guys would have beat the Saints. The Saints suck. But, like, it's a divisional game. You never know what's going to happen in divisional games, right? You know, you can have teams that aren't supposed to win. The previous time that the 49ers played the Rams were supposed to blow them away. They won that game in overtime. So, like, with a far less superior team. So, what I'm trying to say is that it's still, the division is still up for grabs. The Bucks lost. The Bucks did not build a lot of, you know, because they lost. So you're still good, man. If you guys win out, or if you guys win maybe like, if you guys win like 4 or 5 more games, it's possible that you guys win that division. So it's not over yet. And the Falcons lost. The Falcons lost. The Bucks lost. It's not as bad as you would make it to believe. And if you're gonna lose to a team in that division, Shaw X, it would be the Saints. If you're going to get a loss in that division, be the Saints, because the Saints have no chance of winning that division. So if you're going to lose to somebody, don't lose to the Bucks. Don't lose to the Falcons. Lose to the Saints. If you're going to lose to someone, lose to them, because they have no chance at winning. So you don't give somebody that's higher up in your division a chance to, you know, another victory. So yeah. Just give them Jimmy G. You know what the funniest thing is, Party Man? I thought about you because Jimmy G's brother is talking smack about the Niners, like, yeah, and like Jimmy G doesn't play. He's like the backup quarterback, and his brother is all talking more than Jimmy G. Is like, dude, he's a bench warmer. He's the backup. What is he talking for? Why is, like, it's not like Jimmy G came in there and started threading the needle. We lost to a 1-win team at home. Sorry, our wide receivers don't get open. Can't push the ball down the field. Our QB is inconsistent. Our schedule is brutal the rest of the year. Yeah, you got the Niners on that schedule too. And yeah, you're right. It is brutal. It is brutal. But once again, you guys have made surprising wins. Like, 4 of your wins are unexpected underdog wins. Am I not correct? Right? Against teams that you guys should have lost to. You guys should have lost to the. You guys beat the Packers, right? You guys beat them. So don't be surprised if they actually get a few dubs, because they've been beating teams that they shouldn't have beat all season, you know. Let's see here. So, but I see what you're saying though. I see exactly what you're saying. The quarterback's too small. He's too small. You guys' line is really good. You guys have a big, strong line. He's too small though. He can't see. Like I was saying, like everything has to be going perfect for you guys to win. The running game has to be there. The defense has to be causing turnovers and stuffing the run. The problem is like the QB that you guys have, he's just too little. When everything's not perfect, he's not going to be able, and like he's not athletic enough to be like Lamar Jackson on his feet. Like if he was faster and if he can scramble better, but he can't. Like he doesn't, and he can't see over anything. He's just too short. He's too short. And I don't know what the Rams were thinking. I don't know what the Panthers were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking drafting somebody 5'10". It's like, you shouldn't draft somebody that height just based off of analytics. There are no analytics that say that drafting a 5'10" quarterback is a good idea. Like, there's nothing. There's like 2 examples in the history of the NFL of guys tiny that win Super Bowls. You should draft based off of what is the prototypical way to win a Super Bowl. How big is the quarterback? How strong is his arm? Like, what are those things? There is nothing that says, oh yeah, draft the 5'10" guy. The guy that looks no bigger than a tiny Asian reporter for ESPN. Legitimately, he's like the same size as her. Looks no bigger than her. And she's thin. Like, they're like the same. They're like right there. She's wearing heels, but still. Like, that doesn't seem like a good idea to me. To draft. When you have linemen that are 6'6" and 6'4", that doesn't seem like it's a good idea drafting somebody who's 5'10" with cleats on. Doesn't seem like a good idea to me. So Panthers front office are morons for that. I mean, they got a solid team, but they're morons for drafting a tiny little quarterback, thinking that was a good idea. Like, that was stupid. That was dumb. I wouldn't do it on principle. Like, the linemen are now. If everybody was short, then yeah, I'd say yeah, go ahead, draft the short guy. But the problem is the linemen are big. You can't see. Have any of you guys ever thrown a football with people tall? Like, have any of you guys ever been like played quarterback before? Do you know how terrifying it is? I've played quarterback before, and it's absolutely you can't see anything as a short person. You can't see everything. Like the linemen stand up And if you're 5'9", 5'10", they're too tall. You can't see down the field. You need to be able to see. Like, you need to be able to look above and say, oh, there's the guy there. Let me hit him. Unless you roll out or your linemen make lanes, like they part people, you're not going to be able to see over them. So I don't know why the Panthers decided that it'd be with their big old country, you know, ham hock, steak-eating, country-fed line. I don't know why they felt it was a good idea to draft somebody 5'8". You know, like, I don't know why. It just seems like a ridiculous thing. I know he was good in college, but that's college. When you're throwing to all-pro wide receivers and you have all-pro linemen and the best running backs and everything, and the best defense. That's not NFL. Let's see here. Do you think the Eagles have a chance again this year? The Eagles? Yeah, they're playing right now, aren't they? What's the score? They're playing right now. So they are playing right now, aren't they? I think they just got a field goal, didn't they? So I think it's 3-0. So yeah, of course, defending Super Bowl champs. Jimmy G was a cheerleader on the bench. Yeah. From what I remember, the coaches in the front office preferred Shroud, but the owner wanted Bryce. Yeah, like they should have drafted Shroud. Shroud's a better quarterback, you know, because he can see over the line. I mean, Bryce Young's got a good arm. He's got a good arm, and but he's inaccurate because he can't see. He's not inaccurate because he's an inaccurate QB. He's not an inaccurate QB. He's actually very accurate when he can see. When he can't see, he's inaccurate because he can't see. You know, like nobody can see when there's somebody this tall. Like, how can you see the guy down the field? You know, you can't. So that's the problem. Like when Bryce is good is when he can actually see. But the problem is that he can't. And once again, there's barely any quarterbacks. There's only one quarterback his height that has ever won the Super Bowl. And that's Russell Wilson. But he had the Legion of Boom defense, you know, and Marshawn Lynch and incredible offensive line and all these things that went well for him, you know, and that's the only reason why that's one of the reasons why Russell Wilson won. But he's the only guy. There's been no other quarterback in the history of the NFL that tiny that's ever won a Super Bowl. So why would he think that guy would be the guy? Because if you're drafting number 1 overall, you're drafting to win a Super Bowl. You're thinking this guy can lead us to the Super Bowl. Not, oh, this guy's going to be a rotational player or he's going to be okay. You're thinking this guy's going to be a Pro Bowler. He's going to lead us. He's going to be able to do what Drake May's doing right now for the Patriots, right? That's what you're thinking when you draft the guy number 1 overall. This is a franchise, high-paid player that's going to win a Super Bowl or get us to the playoffs all the time. Like, there's been nobody that wins a Super Bowl that tall. It makes no sense. It makes no sense why they decided to go that route. It makes no sense. So, I was 5'9" in high school. I played running back half the year. Oh my gosh, it was terrifying. You had guys that 6 foot. Well, that's not scary. I mean, it can be scary, Max, but I'm about 5'9", and I was not scared of a single big guy because in football, low man wins. I freaking trucked. I mean, unless you were a speed back or more of a thinner back. I mean, I was a power back. You know, I was not. I mean, I could run for a touchdown, but I was also a power back. So I wasn't scared of any lineman because those big guys come at you. I just lower my shoulder and hit him right there in the stomach. You know, so I wasn't scared of that. And yeah, sometimes I got crushed by a big guy, but I was never scared of a big guy because as a running back, you've got a full head of steam, or most of the time, like you can hit them or you can go down to the ground. You can control things like when you're a running back, but don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, you get slapped around as a running back. You get beat up, and it can be scary. But what I'm saying is that for a quarterback, it's terrifying because you've got to be looking down the field and looking at where you're going to pass, and you've got people trying to kill you that you might not see or that you've got to just feel, you know, and you've got to rely upon other people. As a running back, yeah, you got to rely upon blocking, but you know they're coming at you. You don't have to do something else. All you got to do is read the lineman and try to run. As a quarterback, you have to, okay, there's people are rushing me. I got to look here. So you might get crushed without even, you know, knowing. So that's the scary thing about playing quarterback. But no, I see what you're saying. As a running back, definitely can be scary, especially like I said, if you're more of a not a power back, you know. But for me, I was never scared. I definitely was not scared. I'll just get low and bow, I'll hit him, you know. So yeah. If Mario ain't scared of Bowser, no one should be scared of people. Absolutely. Absolutely. But we like the speed on outside. The routes take too long to develop, and when you want to operate a quick passing game, you need more quickness on the outside. Yeah, but the thing opens up, though, Shaw. It's like you guys never got your running game going. That was the problem. Like, you guys never got your running game going. If your running game gets going, then all of a sudden your passing game gets going, because then you can do play action, you can roll Bryce out, you can do all the things that can help him, you know? So, it's not over, man. Like I said, it's not over. Like, I get it. Losing to the Saints sucks. I understand. Like, I legitimately understand what you're trying to say. Like, losing to the Saints is terrible. But I'm telling you, it's not over, man. It's not over. Do not give up. There's still plenty of time. NFC South. I think they're one game out. I think they're one game out. Let me double check. Dude, they're literally second in the division. They're literally one game out. They're second in the division. They're 2 back in the loss column, but they still play the Buccaneers this year. They can make that win up. Yeah, your schedule's brutal, but you guys are 1 game back in the win column. 1 game. The Buccaneers loss was crucial, because if it was 7-2 instead of 6-3, that would have been bad. Then yeah, you're in trouble. But 5-5 compared to 6-3, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. And you guys can also make up a game during the bye week. So yeah, I don't think it's as dire as you're making it out to be. I'm checking your schedule, who you guys got next. So you guys have to win the Falcons game. That's a winnable. Falcons is winnable. Niners, it's winnable because of the backup. So that's a win. I don't think you guys are going to win, but it's winnable. Like, I mean, you're at San Francisco, so it's across the country. You know, it's a winnable game, but I don't think you're going to win. But let's just say that. Let's just say for right now, you guys can beat the Falcons. You guys have the Rams. You're not winning that game. So you guys might get slept twice in a row, but let's just say you beat the Falcons, you beat the Niners. You're definitely not beating the Rams. So there is that. But then you have the Saints again, so you can get your revenge on the Saints. And then you have the Buccaneers. Then you're getting beat by the Seahawks. Yeah, you're losing to the Seahawks. And then you have, oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. Whoa! Wow! Wait a minute, never mind. You guys are cooked. You guys are. Wait a minute. Hold up. I didn't know the schedule was this bad. Hold up here. You got Niners, Rams, Bucks twice, and the Seahawks? Oh my goodness. Okay, never mind. Wait. I didn't know it was that difficult. Holy smokes. Buccaneers twice at the end of the year. Rams, Seahawks. Oh my gosh. That NFC West run is brutal. Within the last 6 weeks, you have Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Bucks twice. Oh my, there's no easy games. Even the Falcons game is not going to be easy. That's at the Falcons. But you've got the Saints at the Saints. So yeah, I mean, technically speaking, I can see why you're worried, because you guys could maybe lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row. You might end the season. Okay, my bad. I didn't know it was this difficult. I did not know. That might be the toughest strength of schedule left in the NFL. I didn't know it was that difficult. You really only have 2 games that are like that. You're thinking, okay, yeah, we're gonna win this one. But even the Falcons won't be easy in their house. That's not gonna be an easy game. Not going to be an easy game, but you guys can beat the Niners. The Niners their defense is very beatable. Like you saw what the Rams did. Their defense is very beatable. Very beatable. But yeah, I don't think you guys can beat the Rams. I don't think you guys can beat the Bucks twice. I mean, I think you guys can beat the Bucks. No. You guys can beat the Bucks. It's a divisional game. You guys can beat them, but it'll be tough. I don't think you're going to lose all 7 games, though. I don't think you're going to lose all 7 to end out the year. So... OJ, you need a football channel for your football crew? I do. I need to make one. As I get older, I'll make a football channel. I'll make a separate channel. I'll make a football channel where I just talk about NFL, like for whatever. But it'll be like a Niners channel though, and then we can just talk about other teams. But it'll be like, I want to be able to get like an audience like right away. So it won't be just like just sports, everything. It'll just be like Niners, and then of course we can talk about Bulls and Niners and all sorts of other stuff. So I want that built-in Niner fan base to come watch me, you know. I want a built-in 1,000 people that will say, okay, I'm a Niners fan, I'll watch him. Because Niners fans travel, man. They travel. They got a big fan base, and they travel everywhere, you know? So yeah, I think I'll be like a Niners content creator. Let's see. I hope my head coach takes over play calling for the next week against the Eagles. Did you play Virtual Fighter Revo World Stage? I didn't play that, Mega Lean. No, I didn't play it. I think Matthew Stafford has a case for MVP of the year. Nick 93. I think he can win it if he keeps going at this pace. As long as he stays healthy, I think he can actually win MVP. I think he can win it. I think 7-10 is a reasonable expectation. Yeah, I think 7-10. I think you can get the Falcons, you can get the Saints, but yeah, the other teams, I think you'll get one of those. You'll get one or two of those other teams though. I believe you will get one or two of those other teams. I do believe that. I do believe that. Oh, let's see here. I ran too angry to be scared. Yeah. Football, oh my god, especially back then before we knew about CTE and all that, people just be like, I used to fly into people. Bro, I played in the CTE era, bro. Like before we knew about CTE, bro. We were crazy out there, man. We were crazy. Oh man, it was crazy. It was wild. Who do you think is winning the Rams-Seahawks game? Oh my gosh, that's a good question. Rams-Seahawks, baby. Primetime Rams-Seahawks. I think that between the Rams and the Seahawks, I think that the more complete team, offensively and defensively combined, is the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks have a little bit better defensively. I like their coach. Mike McDonald comes from the Ravens. He is a more sound defensive mind. Offensively, I'll give the heads up to the Rams. The Rams have Puka Nacua. They have 4 different tight ends that can all catch the ball. They have Devontae Adams, who's a touchdown machine in the red zone. They have Kyron Williams, a good running back. They have a great offensive line, and they have the better quarterback. By far, Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold, but I think Sam Darnold's not bad as well. He's very good. He's a very good quarterback, but he's not quite as accomplished. I think that, but the Seahawks have maybe the best receiver in the league with Jackson Smith and Jigba. So I think that it's a good matchup for sure. Those corners versus Jackson Smith versus who they have on them. They just got a guy from like the Saints who's pretty good from the Seahawks team. They got a good running game. They got a good offensive line. But I'm going to say that the Rams overall are the better team. I think the Rams are the better team. But defense, like I said, I think the Rams are the better team because I think their offense is better, like a good step better. I think the Rams defense and the Seahawks defense, I think that the Seahawks defense, even though the Rams might statistically be a little bit better, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that the Seahawks, because of the coaching, their defense is going to play a little bit better or more disciplined, but the Rams defense can turn it up too. So it's a good matchup, man. I'm excited to see who wins that one. I'm just excited to see somebody needs to get a loss in the column. Jesus Christ, I need somebody from the NFC West to get a loss. Preferably the Rams lose, because the Rams have already beat the Niners. Obviously, like, it's 1-1. The Niners have already beat the Seahawks. The Niners still have one more game against the Seahawks. So if the Seahawks beat the Rams, that makes the conference, obviously puts them at 2 losses in the conference. So I'd like the Seahawks to beat the Rams, and then the Niners beat the Seahawks at the end of the year. So then that would make it look, maybe the Niners only have 1 loss in the division. That'd be good. That'd be good. Got to beat the Cardinals though. Niners got to beat the Cardinals this week. That's not going to be an easy out. The Cardinals did put up some points against the Seahawks defense. They don't got Kyler Williams or Kyler Murray, not Williams, Kyler Murray. But, Jacoby Brissett's not terrible at QB. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. The Niners need to really get that game. If they want to make the playoffs, they've got to win this game. The Niners have been going back and forth. They've been going win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. They started out 3-0 and literally win-loss, 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 win-loss. So it's like, we got to have some consistency. We got to string together some wins here. But the Niners do have a favorable schedule. They do have a favorable schedule. Overall, they do. They do have a favorable schedule. When it comes to everything, the Niners' schedule is pretty good going forward because they have the Cardinals, which they should win that game. They have the Panthers the following week, which they should win that game. They have the Browns the following week, which they suck. The Browns are not good. They should win that game, but any given Sunday, right? So they should get 3 wins in a row. Then they have the Titans. That should be 4 wins. So the Niners should be sitting at 9-4. They should be. Now, they could lose those games. They could lose some of those games. But they should be sitting at 9-4. And then they have the real tough backstretch because then they have the Colts in Indianapolis, which Jonathan Taylor, who looking like he could be an MVP. And then they have the Bears, which they're surprisingly sneakily good with Ben Johnson as their new head coach, and Caleb Williams playing pretty good. And then they have the Seahawks, which the Seahawks are going to be looking for revenge. They're going to be looking to, potentially win the division with that game. So the Niners could end the season at like 9-7, or they could end the season maybe like, they could end the season if they could win all those. If they get Brock Purdy back and Purcell's coming back and Ayuk's coming back, they could win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They could be. You never know. Maybe they win 7 games in a row. They've done it before. They went on second half runs before. So, that would put them at what, 13? That put them at 13-3 or 13-4. That would put them at 13-4. So it is very possible for the Niners to run the table. But I think that they're probably going to lose maybe 2 games out of this. Out of this next 7, they're going to lose 2. I think they're going to lose to the Colts, and I think they're going to lose to the Seahawks. So that would put them at 11-6. 11-6. So I think that wouldn't be bad either. So that wouldn't be bad either. PlayStation 5 has shipped 84.2 million units worldwide. Ghost of Yotei sold 3.3 million units from Wario. Yeah, and once again, I told these people that were trying to act like Ghost of Yotei sold terrible, they were frauds. I said that about that one guy. What's his face? What's his name? His name is what's his name? Gosh, I forgot what his name is. That one guy, ND Minion, trying to say that the sales were so bad or they're terrible, they're the worst sales ever. No, they're not. They're fine. No, they're not. They're just fine. They sold 3.3 million units in what? The game came out in October, right? October. Well, I think. Oh wait, those sales are recent, right? I think those sales are recent. So never mind. Because like Nintendo's went to September 30th, but they gave us the most updated sales. So 84 million shipments. So they sold about yeah. I think they did about 4 million units in the past quarter. Yeah, they did about 4 million units in the past quarter, because I think they did what was it before? It was 80.3 or something like that. So they did about 4 million. 3.9 million. There you go. 3.9 million units shipped in the last 3 months ending September 30th. And then they also let's see what else. In the last 3 months, which is up 0.1 million. So they shipped about 100,000 more from the same period in the previous fiscal year. So yeah. 119 million active users on PSN network, on PlayStation Network as of September 30th. Same time period, fiscal year. PlayStation 5 and PS4 software totaled 80.3 million units during the 3 months ending September 30th, which is up 2.6 million from the same time period, previous fiscal year. 6.3 million units for first-party titles. Or 6 point, oh my gosh. Okay, so 80 million and only 6.3 million were first-party, so not a ton of first-party sales, but that's okay. Which is up 1 million from the same period of the fiscal year. 72% of software sales were game store digital downloads, which is up 2% in the same time period. Ghost of Yotei has sold 3.3 million units as of November 2nd, 2025. So November 2nd. So yeah, it's pretty up to date. Only November 2nd. That is Sunday as of last week. So last Sunday. So pretty up to date sales. I mean, I'm pretty sure they sold like another maybe a couple tens of thousands or units, but it's getting to the Black Friday holiday period. They're going to sell a lot more. So yeah, Ghost of Yotei is doing okay. I mean, I think some might say, oh, it's doing trash compared to the install base, which, I mean, there's an argument to be made that if you're selling 80 million units, that you should probably sell more than 3.3 of a flagship game. But it's not bad. It's not terrible. That's before the holiday. It's not like, the holiday's not going to be there. I mean, I think Donkey Kong Bonanza did more than that on a much smaller install base. And the sales were actually, the sales were actually, The sales were actually as of September 30th. So they didn't even include, Donkey Kong Bonanza sales didn't include all of October or November. It didn't include any of those months. It only included up to September 30th. So yeah, there's also that. So those sales could be over 4 million now. But yeah, I still think that 3.3 million is not a bad at all. Like, people were trying to say it flop. That's not a flop. Still have the holiday season coming up. That can be 5 million plus after the end of the holidays, maybe more. It could be 6 million. They can, if they have a good holiday, they can double that, depending on all things dependent. So, I mean, I think at the bare minimum, they leave the holiday at, 4 or 5 million. So, Not bad at all, in my opinion. And the sales doing terrible, the worst ever. Or not the worst ever, but flopping. It's not a flop. Not a flop at all. Hold up, we need to mention ship versus sold. I know, seriously, do we need to mention ship versus sold? I guarantee you Nintendo's not going to mention ship versus sold. I guarantee you he has nothing to say on that. Because he's never had anything to say on ship versus sold. He's never had anything to say on that. But now, I mean, but Nintendo, we've got to talk about that, right? But I mean, according to Paul Gale Network, you know, the sales are at 12 million plus as of, I think, October. They sold another 2 million units for the quarter. So that's pretty good heading into the holiday. They should sell like another probably like 4 or 5 million plus for the holiday. So that'll put the Switch 2 like at 17 million at the end of the holiday. So that'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good. If they can do 17 million units by the end of the holiday, and then you hit up another, 3 million units for the first 3 months, there you go. You get, or actually 2 more million units for the first 3 months, you get your 19 million right there. Up from the 15 million that they had, so, or the 50 million that they originally had, so. No, let's not go Cardinals. Shut up, Nick. Shut up. Let's not go Cardinals. If the Packers lose tonight, my Lions will be tied for first in the division. Took too long. Yeah. Right now it's 3-0. So, I mean, we'll see what Jordan Love can do. We'll see what he can do. I've never watched Nintendo's videos. Good, don't. They're terrible. He just sounds like a freaking budget Arlo. Yeah, they're actually legitimately terrible. He thinks that you're stupid. He tries to explain things. It's so slighted and it's so biased and it's so slighted towards him just actually hating, like being a complete hater. It's not based in facts. He is very salty that the Switch 2 is doing well, to the point to where he had to lie and manipulate sales data about the Switch not selling well, the Switch 2 not selling well, and then when it sold well, he has to sit there and say, oh, it's shipped, not this, when he made multiple videos saying nobody's buying it, they're sitting on store shelves, they're doing all, so then he had to manipulate it as if Nintendo is shipping out units and nobody's buying them, and they're forcing retailers to bankrupt themselves by buying a bunch of Switch 2 units that nobody actually wants. Like, it's a complete cope session from him. So yeah, I would say don't watch the videos. They're actually terrible. His last video on his video on ship versus sold was legitimately trash. We all know it's shipped, you ignoramus. We all know it's shipped. The problem is that we've always said shipped. It's always been that, because they sell them to the retailers and the retailers buy them, so it's a unit sold for them. Shipped versus sold is based off of demand. The more demand you have, the more you're going to ship. Your numbers go up. That's how it was for Switch 1. That's how it was for Switch 2. That's how it was for 3DS. That's how it was for Wii. That's how it was for any successful system. They ship out units. You know you're going to ship more because it's doing successful. Here's the reason. Like, if Nintendo just wanted to cook books and strong arm retailers to buy units, why did they do that with the Wii U? Why didn't they just ship out 5 billion units of the Wii U's and get the Wii U numbers up? Because retailers did not want to buy the Wii U because it was not selling. You can't strong arm retailers into buying up a bunch of stock that's not selling, you know, or that's not going to sell. So, that's the issue there. That's the issue there. I see people keep posting VG charts numbers and say they're wrong all the time. VG charts is not accurate. So no, don't post VG charts numbers. It's not an accurate case. It's an estimation. It's a guess. It's not an actual numbers, you know, for it. Hey, what's up, Gma Little Mo? So yeah. PS5 selling by default. Seems like everybody got multiple switches and Switch 2. I wanted the PS5, but too damn big. Turn off. Okay. 11 and 6 with the beatdown lineup is nuts. Would confirm to me that Shannon 100% devil magic behind the scenes. 11 and 6 would be good too. I mean, 11 and 6, that wouldn't be a bad way to end out the year. That'd be, you know, 2 more losses, a number of more wins. But I mean, the Niners could run the table if they get Brock Purdy back and Purcell back and Ayuk back all healthy. They could run the table at the end. I think they can actually run the table. They can outscore their opponents. They're not going to get defensive help because there's nobody to come back. Warner's out for the year. Bosa's out for the year. Their secondary sucks. their linebackers are not great. Like, they're not great. Bethune is okay, but their linebackers are not great. Their defensive line is not great. So, defensively, they're just gonna have to. We're gonna have to hope and pray Saleh can scheme up some turnovers and scheme up some sacks. But their defense is not good. But their offense can be really good. Obviously, their offense can be really good. And if they get Brock Purdy back healthy, if they get Purcell back, their #1 draft pick receiver, if they get Ayuk back, the real #1 receiver. So if they have Purdy, CMC, Purcell, Ayuk, Jennings, Kittle, Tonjes, Luke Farrell, that's a squad of 8 guys. And even Demarcus Robinson and even a little bit of Kendrick Bourne. They've got 10 guys that can make plays, plus Brian Robinson Jr. That's 11 guys on offense that can outright play. That can, well, not outright, not they all can't outright play, but that can, a lot of them can play. Brian Robinson looked great against the Rams. He ran hard and scored a touchdown too. So I think that they just got to get those guys. They got to get Purdy back. Purdy needs to come back. Mac Jones is fantastic, but Purdy needs to come back healthy. He really does. He really needs to come back healthy. With Purdy, they can run the table with Purdy. If they get Purdy back playing at the level that he played before, they can run the table. Did you see the Black Friday physical deals for Nintendo? We were supposed to talk about those. 1,000 Year Door at 30. Yeah, let me go over those because like we didn't even talk about them, even though we were supposed to. So here's the Black Friday deals. The Black Friday deals are this. Let's see. We've got select retailers. This is the $39.99. We've got Princess Peach Showtime, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Donkey Kong Country HD Returns, Luigi's Mansion 3, and Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Those will all be $40. Super Mario Odyssey, Nintendo Switch Sports, Paper Mario The 1,000 Year Door, and Splatoon 3. Those will all be $30. Not bad. I'm going to pick up... I am going to pick up... I think I need a physical copy of Echoes of Wisdom. And maybe even Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Or maybe even Princess Peach Showtime. One of those. Like, I'm going to pick up a game or two. Because, like, you don't get discounts. You don't get discounts a lot on... you don't get discounts a lot on Nintendo first-party games. So, I'll probably pick up a few of them. The Mario Kart 8 bundle ends. I know, no Mario Kart 8 bundle. It's over. It's the Mario Kart 8 bundle has had its run. Its run is done. It's done. But we got the new Mario Kart 8 bundle. We got the new Mario Kart 8 bundle. The new one, or we got the new Mario Kart bundle. Mario Kart World. Boom. There you go. I think I have the digital copy of Showtime. I don't know if I have the physical copy, but I gotta check because sometimes I don't remember which ones I buy or not. To be honest, I don't remember. I buy things sometimes and I don't remember if I bought them or not. So I gotta double check. So I don't buy it. Because like I've bought multiple copies of games before, like first party games. So yeah. The Mario Kart 8 bundle arc is finally over. Yeah, it's finally over. It's finally over. So that's pretty good. But it's just a new arc starts. It's just, you guys know they're just gonna do the same thing with Mario Kart World, right? You know they're just gonna take away Mario Kart World, then bring back Mario Kart World bundle. Then take away Mario Kart World, then bring back the Mario Kart World bundle. That's all they're gonna do. And then they're gonna do the same thing like where they had that split cut box or the sticker that says you can get Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave bundle. You can get Yoshi Mysterious Book bundle. Or they're just gonna pick a game out of those. And they're just gonna pick a game out of those overall. And what's it called? And see what happens from there, you know? That's all they're gonna do. But I thought Nintendo games never go on sale according to Guys Online. Yeah, Guys Online will say that, but they don't care whether the games go on sale or not. They're just here to talk about, to say something negative. Clearly you can Google search and see that. Or they just mean, no, they don't go on sale as much as I want them, or like other games. That's what they really mean, you know? So yeah. I checked the new Inazuma game, and honestly, it looks great. I've never watched the show, but I'm very invested in the game. Yeah, I played the demo, and I think I'm good on Inazuma, but it's a cool game, though. It's cool for people that like RPG soccer game. Brock ain't that purty. Brock's good, man. He's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's not bad. At least in this league. Let's see here. They're going to do a bunch of DLC too. People will then 3 years later say Mario Kart World is actually a great game because DLC and patches, just like Mario Kart 8. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Yes, that's probably what's going to happen. So yeah. Can't wait for Kirby next week. We are Johnny in Games, bruh. I haven't even really got a chance to play Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, so I gotta start doing that, you know? I really gotta start doing that, so yeah, man. Hey, what's up, DRK? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? Shoutouts, welcome. Would like to see more Nintendo games on sale. I mean, I would love to see more Nintendo games on sale, but they're not going to. So you can sit there and say, look, we'd all love to see that, bro. I'd love to see it, but they're not going to. They're gonna keep that value up, man. They're gonna keep investing a lot of money so we continuously get a lot of games and their developers don't get laid off and all that good stuff. And obviously keep their shareholders happy and greed, whatever you want to call it. They're gonna keep doing all that. So yeah, they're gonna keep doing all that. Trying to finish ZA before Hyrule startup. Yeah, I don't know, Dink, did you hear me? I just finished ZA. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. I want to go back. I kind of want to dive back in after I'm done with the game, but I really need to get to Hyrule Warriors, so I'm gonna start playing. I'm gonna start playing maybe Hyrule Warriors some tonight too. I gotta make a video. I gotta make a video on ZA. I'm probably just gonna do a quick review video on ZA about how I felt about it. Nothing elaborate. I thought I was gonna make it elaborate, but it's been too long. I'm just gonna probably just do a quick video on ZA and then kind of go from there. Video titles. Is Mario Kart World now a good game? DLC saved Mario Kart World. The game is now worth 80. Oh yeah, you're gonna see that. They already have those in the chamber. They already have them written down on what they're gonna say, you know. So we're looking to SD Card Express on Cyber Monday. Yeah, you get 20 bucks off. You get 20 bucks off a Samsung micro SD Express card. So there's also that too if you're looking for that. But I would say, yeah, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, like there could be some crazy deals on micro SD cards. So look out for that too, guys. Look out for that as well. Look out for that. Also, let me say this, guys. Thank you guys for the we did hit 100 on the combo board, so we just squeaked by that 100 overclock for the board here. Okay, that's interesting. I accidentally deleted all that. So yeah, we just hit that. I think we're at 62. 62. So 62. Shout outs, man. Appreciate you guys. Platinum streak. So appreciate you guys doing that. Appreciate it, seriously. And then also, we already got JoJo up. There we go. On the new firmware update now has physical icon for Switch 1 and Switch 2 games that's different from the virtual card one. Oh, we got a new update today for the Switch 2. Keep on doing that, Nintendo. Please keep doing that, man. We need that. we need that. Please do that. Please do more of that. Do they do that, or is that an update that we just got, or what? Okay, yeah, Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch updates 21.0 out now. Yeah, so let's see what that's all about. Okay, let's see. Added symbols above software icons displayed on home menu to indicate whether the software is physical or digital. Yeah, we actually needed that because I wasn't sure about what games or not. Yeah, that's good, but that's, I mean, obviously that's a quality of life thing, nothing too crazy, but that's good. Added the ability to download data for a virtual game card, even if the use of online license setting is turned off. Okay, that's good too. Nice to Creosin with the 5.
AJ, why are Devolver digital games so addictive? I'm loving Ball X Pit so much. Doesn't help that it's a roguelike, one of my favorite genres now.
Okay, yeah, Rogue, one of your favorite. I'll never have Rogue as my favorite genre, but yeah, Devolver does a good job of making sure that their library is good games. Like Devolver likes to make sure that the game is good, and they go with tried and true ways of doing that. So that's the reason why for Devolver. They're a good publisher, man. combo breaks, and we are going further than beyond. 106 on the board. Let's go. We have about 10 minutes left on the stream. Yeah, 10 minutes left or so. So shout out to Creosun Bomb. Anybody that wants to get some music in, of course, before the end of the stream, you can definitely do that as well. Let me see about this update though, Creosun Bomb. Let's check more. Added the ability to download data for a virtual game card, even if the online license setting is turned off. I don't even know how all that works, I'll be honest. This option is available in the options of a virtual card when accessed via virtual cards. Like, I don't even, to be honest, I'm not even 100% sure how to use all that stuff. So I can't say anything with that. Somebody in the chat tell me if that's good or not, or what makes that good if it is, or what makes that not good if it's not. The information regarding save data cloud backup that appears when launching a certain software has been updated. Okay. The option Platinum Point Notification Setting was renamed to Nintendo Switch Online Notification Settings and Notification Menu System Settings. The ability to disable following options when performing a system transfer from Nintendo Switch system to a Nintendo Switch 2 system using system transfer to Nintendo Switch 2 system settings. Re-download software on Nintendo Switch 2. Transfer album data. Oh, now you can transfer all that stuff. Add the ability to adjust volume in quick settings via menu while in VR mode. General system stability. Okay, yeah. I mean, they treat it as like a bigger update, but there's not really anything too crazy with that one. But yeah, it's better than nothing for sure. Better than nothing. Better than nothing for sure. New update out now. I've been considering copying Kirby Air Riders, but I'm also considering pre-ordering Metroid because that's my most hyped game of the last 8 years. Not keen on buying both at once. Decisions. I mean, I think Kirby would be like a long-term game that you play after you're done with Metroid, and then Metroid would obviously be a game that you play like that's fun and you play for however many hours. But then obviously you're gonna stop playing it. So I think you can just play Metroid. You can just buy that and beat that, and then in December when you're just when you don't have as many games to play, or if you're just looking for stuff fun to play for family and friends, then Kirby comes in there. So you don't have to buy Kirby day one. Like, you can wait, you can wait. Love to hear it, fam. I'm taking my time with ZA. And on the ZA. I'm taking my dude. It took me 60 hours to beat the game. It took me 60 hours to beat the game. So it took me a while. Most people do not take 60 hours to beat ZA. It's not a 60-hour game, but I was just so enthralled with all the side quests and stuff, So I thought it was fun, I'll have a update video for you guys tomorrow. We'll do a big PE, we'll do a big PlayerEssence news video for tomorrow. My backlog is screwed up currently, so I'm playing Hyrule Warriors. We'll beat that first. Oh man, you're playing ZA too, right? It's crazy. Probably gonna weigh on Kirby. There's so many games I need to catch up on. Yeah, that's why for me, it's like Kirby's not a game that I'm gonna be playing constantly. It's just a game that I'm gonna pop in and play every now and then. So to me, even though I'll be playing other games, I don't care to buy. Like, I don't mind, because it's not a game that I'm gonna be playing like 24/7. It's a game that you just play every now and then, like play with the community, play every now. It's not a game that I'm gonna be like, oh my god, hardcore playing every single day. So that's the reason why I don't mind getting it, even though I got other stuff, So yeah. At least that's my thought process on it. Yeah, who do I need to win? I need the Eagles to beat the Packers. And the reason why I want the Eagles to beat the Packers is because it looks more like the Packers are going to be a potential wild card team and not win their division. I don't think they're going to beat the Detroit Lions in the division. So I need the Packers to lose more games so they maybe don't make the playoffs at all. Like, when they don't win their division, I need them to lose more games so they don't make the playoffs at all. And the Niners get a better chance at making a wild card spot, because there are 3 wild card spots that, now. That's a lot of wild card spots. Before it was only 2. Now there's 3. So I need I want the Packers to lose, because I think that'll be better for the Niners, which I think that the Eagles have already wrapped up their division. Nobody's going to that division sucks. The Giants suck. The Commanders suck. The Cowboys suck. The whole division is trash. So the Eagles are going to win that division, no problem. So they're going to be a seed above the Niners no matter what. I don't think the Niners are going to be able to win the division. The only way the Niners win the division is if they run the table. if the Niners run the table, they have a legitimate shot at winning the division because the Seahawks and the Rams have a tougher schedule. But if the Niners somehow run the table, they can win the division and maybe even get a #1 seed. But they have to run the table, and I don't see them running the table. But they could run the table, but I don't see them running the table. Let's see it. Okay, I see it now. It shows the NS2 cart indicator in red, while the Switch 1 cart is a standard black icon, so you can tell the physical options you have. Nice. That's actually a good update. That's actually a really good update to help people out, because I got mixed sometimes whether, you know, if that was a digital game, if it was a physical game, it would just show up on there, and I don't remember which one it was. So yeah, Giants just fired their head coach. They're rebuilding. But if they're gonna fire, they should have fired their head coach before, like, so they can trade away assets and all that, so they can get before the trade deadline. This is stupid to fire a head coach now. You should have done it before the trade deadline. You should have fired him and just, like, if he was on a game-to-game basis, you should have just fired him beforehand and offloaded like the Jets did. Just offload all of your big contracts and get a ton of picks, because you're gonna have a new coach anyway. So the Giants are stupid. That's a dumb thing to do. Like, fire your coach beforehand. Get all, like, trade away all of your best players, or like the players that aren't going to be there, or the expiring contracts. Trade those away, get picks, and then come in with the new head coach, and then you guys have a ton of picks so you guys can load up and retool for the next year. I don't know what the Giants are doing. They're stupid. Yeah, not everyone will be crazy obsessed with Air Riders like I will be. Oh yeah, but I think it's still going to do good, and I think in Japan it's going to do really good. You know, I think in Japan it's going to do really, really, really good. So I 100% in ZA. I was a little over 100 hours by the time I finished. Finished 100%. Okay, yeah, that seems about right. That seems about right, because there's a lot of extensive content to do afterwards, or if you just try to catch everything or get shinies or stuff like that. Consistently bad team got bad owners. Exactly. All the best teams in the NFL have good owners. They have good owners, good GMs. So yeah. All right, guys, we are going to start to wrap up the stream here. I want to say thank you guys so much for everybody coming out to tonight's stream. It was crazy today. Thank you guys so much. Shout outs to everybody. We did have a new short that went up today too. So if you haven't seen my short that went up, I've been starting to do those, trying to get at least 3 or 4 of those per week. So check out my shorts that I've been doing. Check out my most recent video on the new Clare Obscure Expedition 33 RPG controversy. But most people aren't watching that, so that video's not doing so well. So I don't think I'll ever talk about Clare Obscure on this channel again, because this video is not doing great. But that's okay. We can talk about the Switch 2 successes starting to break them. Check out that video. If you haven't seen it, check out that video. That video is doing really good. So you guys can watch that video instead. If you don't want to watch my Clare Obscure video, talk about the RPG controversy, that topic's probably better off for a video or for a live stream anyway. I don't think people care about Expedition 33 on my channel like that. So yeah. But anyway, all right, guys, love y'all so much. Thanks for coming out. Let's go over some shout outs to end the stream. 100 hours for ZA2. Nice. Creosin Bomb, Nick93, Michael Hall, It's Your Boy, Justin. Shout outs to Justin. Good Morning Studios, Gloria Redmond, Geek to Sneak, Caitlin and Justin. Multiple donos. Thank you to Caitlin and Justin. Thank you, Justin, so much for the donos. Gloria R, thank you so much, young lady. Kinesis, Psycho Pie, Projo, Michelle. Thank you guys so much. Swag, Deported. Thank you guys for your support too, man. I appreciate that. Yo, Vadcent, appreciate you, fam. Thank you so much for your support too, brother. Thank you to all the Elite Ninjas. Thank you to everybody that came out to the stream. Give good vibes and all that. Also, another thing, real quick, let's talk. I had a Kirby Air Riders video. I figured out what was wrong. It wasn't my capture card. It was the HDR on the Switch 2. For some reason, the HDR on the Switch 2 and my capture card do not play nice at all. They do not play nice. So anytime that I capture footage on my PC, well, it's not on a PC, but obviously through my PC with my capture card, I just got to turn off HDR. If I turn off HDR, it doesn't make it all look all washed out and messed up, which I should have realized that. But yeah, so watch my Kirby Air Riders video. That video didn't do great, but it did okay. So watch my Kirby Air Riders video. I did a discussion talking about the gameplay aspects of that game. So yeah, awesome stuff there. Good Morning Studios. I totally forgot about the whole DSP thing. We're gonna watch it though. We're gonna watch it next time that you come through. You don't gotta donate again. I'll watch it though. So I actually just forgot about it. So we'll watch that. You said only like the first 5 minutes, right? You can watch that. So yeah, there's that. So check out those videos, guys. Also, we had a video on Metroid Prime 4, so we had that. We also had a video on the sales lies for Nintendo Switch 2. So we're going to talk about that. The end of the Tears of the Kingdom / Breath of the Wild era for Zelda. So there's also that as well. So yeah, some good videos, man. Some good videos that have been going up lately. So thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. Thank you guys for being awesome. Love you guys so much. We're going to do a top 10 RPG video too. I think I might actually need to get that done as well. So, so yeah, good stuff. Good stuff overall. Shout outs, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being awesome. And yeah, we will see you for the next stream tomorrow. All right, guys. Love y'all. Peace out. Take it easy, guys. Combo birds.